Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 18 of Never Before Seen. My name is AmberCyprian. I'm going to be your host tonight as we bring you speedruns of games that have never before been seen in a mainline GDQ event. As always, if you happen to speedrun a game that has never been run in an AGDQ, SGDQ, or GDQx event, and you would like to submit it to the show, type !NBS into the chat to find the link to be able to send me your runs, and I would love to have you. And before we get started with the runs that we have planned for our Flame Fatales bonus stream, we do have a few announcements. Speaking of Flame Fatales, if you missed out on any of those runs and you want to check the VODs, you can check out our archive of past runs and shows at youtube.com/gamesdonequick. And they uploaded the runs at, like, practically as they were happening. It was really, really impressive how quickly those VODs got put out, but you can catch the whole marathon on YouTube. And be sure to check out our social media at Games Done Quick on both Twitter and Instagram. Those are also very awesome things to look at. But this week, we're continuing the Flame Fatales hype, just like Community Spotlight did, with another bonus stream. We've got some runs of games that didn't quite make it into the main schedule of the marathon, but I wanted to make sure it got included here in this bonus stream. So we have karaoke tonight with karaoke. Sorry, I just enjoy your name being a play on a word. But
sort of. Not really, but sort of.
Yeah. We've got Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town, and then later tonight we're also going to have Garby the Glitcherous doing runs of Sonic Robo Blast 2 and Katamari Forever, so stick around for those. But this is going to be a really, really cute, snug run. And Carrie, whenever you are ready, tell the lovely people who you are and what this is.
Alright, hi. I'm Karaoke. I'm one of the few, I like to call myself one of the few old boy speedrunners left. I've been speedrunning since 2006. A very wide variety of games, from action games to RPGs to anime puzzle games to rhythm games as well. And this is one of my, I guess, Harvest Moon / Story of Seasons / Bokujo Monogatari is like one of my favorite franchises ever. So tonight we'll be running Story of Seasons, Friends of Mineral Town. It is a remake of Harvest Moon, Friends of Mineral Town for the Game Boy Advance, which is a remake of Harvest Moon Back to Nature for the PS1. Very long series that has been running for, since the mid-90s. This remake is like an enhanced remake. There's a lot of changes they brought forward from like the previous Friends of Mineral Town / more Friends of Mineral Town games, and then also just expanded so much in this game, just added a bunch of extras from some of the newer titles in the series. So I'm gonna go ahead and set my file up, and I will let you know when to start the timer, which is gonna be after I name and pick my farmer. So I had our wonderful host choose the name and style of the main character, just because I had to set up a backup save, so I wanted to make sure everything was the same. So name and style, a birthday, we just make it a spring 1st to make it easy, and difficulty we're playing on simple or easy mode. That's kind of the base mode. It gives us a few extra things at the start and makes things faster. So if you're ready for me to count down to start, we can do that.
We are ready whenever you are.
All right, so I'm gonna start from 5. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
The chibis are so cute.
All right, so first kind of awesome thing that this game does is you can just hold the B button to, like, speed through text. No having to mash, no, wrist problems or whatever from that. So the backstory for most Bokujo Monogatari game, I'm gonna be calling it that a lot. There's a big story about the Harvest Moon name, the Story of Seasons name, but it's all one series, which Bokujo Monogatari means farm story, and that's kind of the base series where these games came from. TLDR, they used to be called Harvest Moon until Marvelous, the developers, changed localization companies, but Natsume, the original localization company, owned the rights to the Harvest Moon trademark. So when Xseed picked up the reins of translating the original games, they had to rename them, and that's why they're called Story of Seasons now. And that's why there's these other games called Harvest Moon that are like English developed ones for the short version of the story. But all these games typically start off with you coming to a far-off town and either inheriting or starting up an abandoned farm. So we're going to call the farm N. That stands for Never Before Seen.
Woo! I'm very, very happy about the self-plug there.
So now, our life as a farmer begins, and we are going to sleep for 15 days.
I wish I could do that.
I know. It's very comfy. Just look at this bed. Look at this soft bed. We eat 1 square meal a day and just sleep until spring 16. And hoping for 2 days of rain so that our turnips that were in the field that we kind of saw at the beginning there get all fresh and grown up so we can sell them. And there's our 2nd day of rain, so that's very good.
So, this is a remake of what? Was Friends of Mineral Town a GameCube game?
Game Boy Advance.
Oh, Game Boy Advance, okay.
Which was a remake of a PS1 game.
Okay.
And if you want to get technical, this was a remake of kind of the combined version as well that was released on PSP called Harvest Moon Boy and Girl, which was a port of the PS1 versions of the male and female sides of the game because there were 2 different versions instead of just being packaged in one.
Yeah, instead of being able to select like what farmer you wanted to be, you were stuck as one.
All right, and spring 16, we're gonna go outside and get some money. So,
And imagine being able to sleep for 15 days and you just go outside and suddenly there's money.
I know, there's just money growing right in the ground here. So, seedling will start you off with these turnips here. I believe that's how that goes. And we're gonna harvest all of these. We did get I think we all got straight up, what do you call it? Just 1-star ones. Okay, that's a little meh. Sometimes you get like 2-star ones. All right, and then 17th, we're also gonna sleep on this day. And now the 18th. Today is the big day of the horse derby. And we're gonna finally go into town. Oh, I wanna go this way. So the trick to this marriage category is we need to make a lot of money at the start of the game in order to like buy all the items that we're gonna need to buy the gifts for the girl that we're gonna go. So if you see the category at the bottom, it's called Marriage Run. There are 12 marriage candidates. I believe there's 10 from the original games, and they added 1 more on each side to choose from. So, you know, six wonderful boys, 6 wonderful girls that you can pick from, and you can marry anybody no matter what character you play as, which is amazing. It's like, I think it's the first game that fully allows it without kind of writing around it by being like a best friends ceremony. Unfortunately, they took this option out for Pioneers of Olive Town, which is the following game in the series, and I shake my fist at that. Anyway, we're waiting for 10 a.m. here for the horse race, and this is where the big RNG of the run is. I'm going to be resetting twice to get a good horse race. If I don't get a good horse race, then I will be loading my backup save so we can save time and continue on the run and see the entire game. So I'm going to go ahead and save here, make sure I save over the correct file. No, it's not 10 a.m. yet. All right. All right, we want to purchase tickets and do the race. So let's see what we got here. We need at least a 12. Oh, this might be good. I'm going to go for this one. We need at least a 12-odd horse to win. So cross our fingers. Let's hope that top guy wins.
Go, horse, go. Yeah. I don't know, the black horse seems to be pulling it out, and oh.
Oh,
I think that was
okay.
bottom horse. I think bottom horse.
Yeah, bottom horse pulled it out. So
Ooh,
we're gonna give
Eclipse
this.
is
We're
such
gonna
a
give
cool
this a
name.
load. Nope, we can't load. So we're just gonna have to go through the rest of the race here. Just gonna watch them. I could just reset my console, but we'll watch the races. See what I want to see what these other races were gonna be.
You were rooting for top horse the whole time?
I was rooting for top horse. That 14 would have been pretty decent to win.
That was a blowout right there.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Poor yellow
I wonder
horse.
what that yellow guy was. 34. Yeah. That was an okay race. That 7 really blew him out. Let's go ahead and start this one and see what this one's all about. So when I reset, the first race is going to be the same. So I probably won't bet on that one. I think the winner can change, but the odds of the horses won't change. So I'm not going to bet on that one, and we'll see what the next 2 races are when I reload. All right. Let's see what this was. Oh, that would have been interesting if the 24 won. That was very interesting odds. So we're just going to go ahead and leave, and I'm going to reload my save. We're going to try this one more time.
It is interesting that you're able to see the odds of the horse and they won't change.
Yeah, I think the odds of the first race are set like the day prior, so I'm not gonna bet on this one this time. Now just watch, the 14's gonna win this time. Just the first race, the odds are set from that save in the morning. The second 2 races, the RNG is rolled sometime else. There are people in the community working for manipulations on these to make it, viable for just playing, like a metronome or something, or seeing what, all your numbers are and doing it so that same 10-1-1 again. All right, let's go ahead and do the second race now.
Oh, I can't type name, apparently.
I'm not gonna do this one. It's 8, 15, 11. Yeah, the 8 and the 11 are probably gonna win. If the 15 wins, I'm gonna be really mad.
The odds, like, if what you bet on wins, those odds are what's going to multiply your money by, right?
Yes. And I need at least a 12 horse to win, because I need at least 100,500 monies. So the 11 one, that would have been, close, but not enough. And let's see what this third race is gonna be. Horrible, but we're gonna try it. If this 15 wins, I will be very impressed. So we're actually betting on medals, and we're gonna be exchanging those medals for things to sell for money. Come on, Blue! Come on, Blue! No, you're not gonna do it, are you, buddy? No. Okay, yeah, I figured that was gonna happen. All right, that's fine. We're gonna go ahead and load our backup save. Basically, what we would do at this point, if we won a race, we would go ahead and trade. Oh, I've closed out of the menu. Trade our medals that we won for prizes for these brooches here. As many as we can get, and then we would sell them. We are going to sell them. In fact, we're just gonna go home and dates are, yeah, we're just gonna go home and yeah. Wow, we won all of those brooches. Amazing. The horse race was just phenomenal, wasn't it?
Yeah, it worked. Let's go. We're rich. Well, we'll be rich in the morning.
Well, tomorrow morning, because we shipped them after. I'm gonna go ahead and save just so I know that I have this save file now as a different save file. We're gonna be rich. We're gonna be rich on the 20th specifically, because we shipped everything after 5 p.m., which is when the shipper picks everything up. It's raining today. That is rude. I don't have a save on. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna reload. I'm actually gonna reload that save from the 18th, my backup save, because I don't want rain on the 20th. to start things off, because the 20th is the first big day we want to do things. So I'm just going to go ahead and sell these again. Weather is set like the day in advance or so.
Hmm.
So actually I'm going to go to sleep. After shipping all those, I'm going to check the weather to make sure that it is not raining. It is raining. Is that rain? Yeah,
Rain,
why are you doing this? Let me give this one more shot here. All right, go ahead and sell these again.
So what does rain prevent you from doing?
Rain will change Ron's schedule, basically.
Oh, okay.
And make it so she doesn't come outside at 7 a.m. All right, now it's sunny. We're good. We can go ahead and move on to the 20th now. Okay,
Let's go.
we're doing this. Let's get all the rain RNG out of the way right now. So, weather, I'm gonna go ahead and read my mail as well a little bit there. Okay. So, weather changes the girls' schedules. And we want to have sunny days because Ron will come out of the inn on sunny days at 7 a.m. So here we're going to meet today. We're going to finally be social and meet people. I'm just going to wait outside the inn here for our lovely soon-to-be girlfriend and wife to come outside and meet her. And we're going to say, hey. All right, and now go up here. Going to talk to Harris, the police officer / postman. And now we got to wait till 9 a.m. for the store to open. And then we're going to meet some more people. So every villager in the town has a set schedule depending on what day it is and what the weather is, and also what season in some cases. And kind of memorizing those schedules is the way to kind of route out these runs. You're just kind of, these speed runs for like all of this series are mostly less about glitches and fun tricks and speedy things that go through walls and whatnot, and more about routing, changing things on the fly, and just kind of having knowledge of the game. So 9 a.m. the store opens. We're gonna go back here and meet Jeff. And now we're going to buy the basic bag, which will expand our inventory to 16, and then we're gonna buy 16 pieces of chocolate. We're also going to wrap this chocolate. So chocolate for Ron is a 500 love point gift. All characters have specific gifts that they really love, like, dislike, and utterly hate. And that super loved gifts will give 800 points, but typically those are really either hard to get or they involve cooking in the kitchen and stuff, and not really good for the speed run. So instead we just go for chocolate, and that gives 500 love points, and wrapping it gives an extra 250. So every chocolate we give her is going to be 750 love points, except on her birthday, which is then like multiplied by 8 or 4, something like that. Birthday gifts are multiplied. Her birthday is summer 17. So that'll be a very important day. And now we are waiting for her to come back around. She goes up to the goddess spring during the morning. There she is. We're going to give her a chocolate. Yeah. And then wait for her to go inside, because there is the first heart event, her introduction. So heart events are triggered on specific days at specific times at specific love levels, and you need to pick the right option to give points. So picking that option there gives me an additional 3,000 love points. So that's a big boost, compared to, 750 per gift and all that stuff. And I think you can make it a little bit for like talking to them as well during the day.
Like, as you've been explaining all of this, the thing that is really wild to me is because, like, I never, as a younger Amber, I was never able to, like, get into Harvest Moon, but then I got really deep in the Stardew Valley, and it's just like, wow, Stardew Valley really is just more of a, like, indie Harvest Moon. Like, the more you explain the mechanics of, like, social and, like, heart events and everything like that, and, like, what presents do, and like, friendship and love values and stuff. And, I feel like I've missed out on the Harvest Moon series. and story
Yeah,
of
they
season
can
series.
be, depending on the game, some of them are more obvious about, like, affection values and whatnot. Like, the very first Harvest Moon, you have to, like, break into not break into, that sounds bad, I'm sorry. Get the girls' affections high enough to be able to look in their diaries in the back, and even that's kind of vague and stuff.
Yeah.
By the way, right now I am buying, 50 cookies. So as I said, my money's gonna be 118,000 something, or 119,800. Because for
Eating the cookies?
Yep, I am eating the cookies. I am eating 50 cookies because for every 10,000, or no, every 10 cookies you buy, you get 2,500 affection with 2,500 love points with Ron, up to 12,500. So you got to buy 50 cookies to get to get this huge affection boost in a very short amount of time. So 50 cookies. I actually made cookies last night.
I want cookies. I'm on a diet.
Can I press buy? There we go.
Like, I'm on a diet that's just been mostly cutting out a bunch of excess sugar, but like, I want cookies now.
I made a small batch, so it's a specific recipe for small batch, so only 6 cookies, sugar cookies, and I rolled them in red sugar because Best Girl's birthday is today.
Ooh.
Can I menu? Thank you. So yeah, Harvest Moon speedrunning. Harvest Moon is an amazing community. There are like 30 games in the series or something like that. And that's not even including like Rune Factory, the kind of more adventure-y spin-off that Stardew Valley took a lot of inspiration from with the like monster fighting and stuff. There are runners for almost every Harvest Moon game. Some are more popular than others, yes, but there's so many runs in the game. The Discord has like channels for all kinds of games. There's been routing done for all of them. I'd say the most popular ones are definitely Harvest Moon 64, one of the most beloved games in the series. Magical Melody has had a lot of discoveries found in the past year, including kind of destroying some long-held beliefs about specific like instances and events in the game that happen there, disproving stuff. Harvest Moon, the original Super Nintendo game, has a few runners with it. This game was pretty popular at launch just because of the sheer number of categories. I didn't even mention there's like secret marriageable people in this game. You can marry the goddess, you can marry the Kappa. Yeah, there's so many different categories and games. You got marriage runs, you got any percent runs, which are just sleeping. Harvest, there's usually at least one run per game that's like collecting a bunch of stuff. So this game actually has one called I Choose You, which is an achievement, I think, if you look at the Steam version of the game. I think you have to like raise all of the marriageable people's affections up to like the marriageable value and then pick one. Actually, this past weekend, the community had their first, I think that was 50 right there, but I'm going to do 2 extra just in case I miscounted. The community had their first summer marathon. Usually we do one every winter in February for Valentine's Day. And just had, a good handful of games run in different categories that people voted on to run when it comes to the marriageable candidates. And it's just all so good. There's just so many. If there's one game you don't like, there's probably a game that you do like. All right, and now we're buying stuff to expand our house. We need 750 lumber. And we need 300 stone. This will be used right away, actually, to buy the first house upgrade. The slightly bigger house. Both of the house upgrades and the large bed are required for getting married. You need room with someone else moving in. So now our days are going to fall into a very basic pattern. I'm going to put my lumber away just to keep my one inventory open, and I'm going to go ahead and make that nice save here now that we got Now this is the meat of the run here.
We've got the cookies, we've got the chocolate. Like, you can't stop us now.
So, on the days before festivals, the mayor or somebody's gonna come by and say, hey, there's a festival tomorrow, you should come by. We're just gonna sleep through them because festivals, all the stores are closed. People aren't on their normal schedules. When you're at the festival grounds, you can't gift people, so it's really kind of useless to go outside. And our schedule is now gonna be going outside, standing here with a present in our hands until 7 a.m., waiting for Ron to come outside and giving her a present. Have some wrapped chocolate. There you go. And we talk to her, and that's our points for the day. And now we're gonna go home. We're gonna go sleep. So if you noticed there when I was talking to her, it went kind of really fast. Her heart next to her name is now purple. So she's gone up 1 heart level. From all those cookies and the first event we had.
Who's the dude in your house? Oh my god.
That's
What?
the builder. He's building. He builds 24/7.
Oh,
It's his
okay.
job. He's working so hard to make our house bigger.
Like, I'm asleep, you just keep hammering away.
Yep.
I can totally sleep through that.
Yep. The bed is just that comfy to sleep in.
That is a skill that I wish I had. Like, I can sleep through a lot, but I don't think I could sleep through someone hammering.
Yeah, I can't sleep through noise. My cat snores, and that wakes me up. Even though it's very quiet and very cute. When she starts snoring, I just immediately wake up and I'm like, I'm sorry, but please leave my room.
Oh. So, like, I remember when I tech checked you earlier this week, you told me to remind you to talk about the Harvest Moon 64 cow stealing.
Yes,
If we've got some downtime.
Oh yeah, we got downtime until the 28th of spring here when more events happen. So, Harvest Moon 64, I'd say, along with Magical Melody, is probably one of the glitchier runs, and probably one of the runs that has some of the most discoveries made about it. So, like I was saying earlier when I was doing that one day about how these games are mostly more about routing on the fly and knowing how to adapt when things go wrong, like weather and changing schedules and just going, oh, on this day it's this and that day it's that. Harvest Moon 64 does have a number of glitches with it. One of my favorites is cow stealing. So it was found out in Harvest Moon 64 that if you stay up overnight on a night where you get a dream event, which is an affection event with a girl, hey, my house is bigger, yay. Affection event with a girl. Stay up overnight and have that sequence trigger, you will skip a day. So instead of going from like winter 4 to 5, it'll go from winter 4 to 6. There is an event where you're taking care of some cows for a few days and you have to give them back after a certain day. But that trigger only happens when that day starts. So if you skip that day, you steal 3 cows. And cows cost like 5,000 money. And they make you a lot of money via their milk. And plus, when you buy a cow, it's a young cow. You have to wait for it to grow up and then get, big to actually give you milk. So just starting off with 3 adult cows that can give you milk. And then there's another glitch where you can underflow their affection to make it max. Cow stealing, like, dropped the time of the all photos run, which is one of the kind of completion categories of Harvest Moon 64, down by like I don't know if it saved like an hour or something, but it saved a good chunk of time in the run in the route.
It's like, well, I don't have to return this if we don't do the day I have to return it. If that just never happens and I time travel.
Yeah, kids, don't do this with your library books. If you sleep through the book that your day is due, you're still going to get a fine. Your librarian will be very mad.
If you sleep through the book that your day is due.
Oh, she's blue,
I
nice.
just heard. Just don't mind me stealing your cows.
Alright, so I need to save because it needs to... Now I'm actually waiting. I need rain on the 28th. for the event to happen. So I am going to save here.
I'm gonna try to control the weather again.
Yes, we are going to pull a Honoka Kosaka, shout out to the Love Live fans out there, and scream at the sky to rain, and it is not raining. So we're gonna go ahead and reload. Except instead of screaming at the sky to stop the rain, we want the rain to happen. So we're kind of pulling a reverse Honoka Kosaka.
Faith, like our farmer Faith here becomes the
Rain.
epitome
That
of
was
old
good.
woman yells at cloud.
Yes. So that was good. That was only one reset.
Nice. Hello, Ron. I have some chocolate for you.
It's wrapped.
Please give me, please like me. I have wrapped chocolate for you.
Yeah, nice affection boost and everything. I'm just waiting here to give
Please
it to
wake
you.
up.
There we go. Yeah, she likes it. I think her her ultimate favorite items are pretty complicated cooking items too. So it's like not even something really possible. All right. Go ahead and do that, and now we actually have 2 events to watch that will give an affection boost today. So we're gonna go outside in the rain, and we're gonna go wait until 11 a.m. because that's when the inn opens up and she's available on this day for her event. So as it is raining, I would like to give chat and everyone a reminder to please hydrate.
I'm gonna hydrate right now. You know, water, because it's raining.
Yeah, just stand outside, open your mouth, and go blah. It's delicious.
I was not ready for that. I had water in my mouth and it's like,
Blah. The best way to drink water, just blah. Right from the hose. Water garble, like that dog.
I just enjoy the fact that you're just out sleeping in the rain and the wet grass.
It's comfy. You know, nice
This is
spring
not-
rain day.
Like, I'm just gonna get rained on. I'm just gonna sleep through it. That is some powerful stuff.
Well, if you wanna get silly about it, you know, our house doesn't seem to have a bathroom right now, so this is the first shower we've taken since we've moved in.
Oh my god, it's been 28 days.
It's been 28 days. So we haven't been outside in the rain before. Now we're getting all clean. See, we're getting all nice and clean before we go inside and talk to our object of affection.
I started playing The Sims 4 recently, and I realized that showering in the rain is a valid option, apparently. And I'm just like, no, why would you do this?
The same reason why you know, start dating the Grim Reaper when you're a vampire werewolf and have a possessed baby, or however The Sims works these days. I haven't played since The Sims 2.
God, The Sims 2 is probably my favorite one, though. Like, life simulation games are great. I actually got into it with Animal Crossing. I'm still just shocked that Harvest Moon flew under my radar as a kid.
I found out about Harvest Moon from Nintendo Power, actually, and it just caught my eye. I wasn't a huge RPG person as a kid until, like, Pokemon and Mario RPG came out, but for some reason, I saw this game, and that's the first option there. We picked that for our affection boost. For some reason, this game just, like, screamed to me. And I was like, I need that. And I got, you know, the first game brand new. I think I need to go outside and back in to... I might just have to go downstairs, but we'll make it safe and go outside back in. We still need to give her a present and talk to her after that. All right, and now we need to go wait outside. We need to meet 2 more people, or rather 1 more person, just talk to the other, and then there's 1 more event today that we need to do. So, yeah, Harvest Moon, I got it basically at launch, I would assume, and I'd actually sneak downstairs at night to play the game because I was just so into it. It was just so good, even though I kind of didn't really understand how to min-max it at the time. I just played it along with the way Nintendo Power said to do things and how the game kind of said to do things. And the translations of the first games are not very good. So, a little vague in spots when explaining how to do certain stuff. I think the first in Super Nintendo, the first girl I married was Eve because she's the easiest. Since in the very first Harvest Moon, days never end. The time just stops at 6 p.m. and you can spend the entire night outside. And so you can just kind of repeatedly give Eve gifts until she is until her affection's really high and you don't really waste any time doing so. Okay, I'm gonna wait till 2 p.m. and then we're gonna go inside, wait for Harris to go in and go inside. And there's this event. Another affection boost by picking the correct option. Basically, her dad, Dudley, and Duke, the winery owner, were fighting for some reason, and they actually forgot why they were arguing, and we stepped in to help, and basically we had to talk to Duke to meet him so that event would trigger. And same with the mayor and Harris, we talked to them so the event would trigger because they're required for the event. All right, now, this was a very long day compared to our normal days. We're gonna go home and sleep now.
It's 2:30 p.m.
Yeah, it's 2:30 p.m. I usually go to bed at 7 a.m. Raining. Okay, that's one rain day. I need to keep mental count of the rain days because I can get up to 7. As long as I'm under 7 rainy days, so 7 days missed, I'm good. If I hit 7 days, I have to wait an extra week at the end of the game to get my marriage done. So we are minus 1 day at this point. So yeah, after Harvest Moon Super Nintendo, I bought Harvest Moon 64 at launch and Back to Nature after I got a PS1. And then A Wonderful Life happened, and that's the first GameCube game, and I didn't like that one because it's very slow. So I actually don't have a copy of that anymore. I might get a copy of it someday down the line. And then I didn't get any of the newer games for a while. Oh, there's a bunch of Game Boy games as well for that are kind of okay. I skipped a bunch of those. I need to sleep today because today's a festival. Oh, there's a hurricane. Okay. That's another skip day. Please don't be a 2-day hurricane. Okay, we're fine. So that's 2 days missed. Hurricanes you can't even go outside in, and it can double up on the days, which isn't nice.
It's funny that you mentioned A Wonderful Life, which was the GameCube one, was not your favorite, or you didn't really care for it very much, because I remember in middle school, my best friend in middle school was obsessed with that version of Harvest Moon. And that's where I first heard of Harvest Moon, but I was just I don't understand it. I don't see the point. And I'm playing my Sonic games, and in my Animal Crossing. Insert other games I was playing as a kid here. I was Pokemon Channel. So I would play a TV watching simulator with Pikachu, but I would not play Harvest Moon apparently as a kid.
My big one for me was I liked Back to Nature a lot, and that I also call one of my entries to being extremely online, because the Harvest Moon Back to Nature message board on NeoSeeker was the first online community I was super into.
Ooh.
So today, I'm still gonna follow my notes on this, even though my chocolate isn't under 5 yet. I am gonna go buy the big bag today and restock my chocolates. So I might need to go to the store again to get like a couple more chocolates. Let's see, that's 11 chocolates, so there's 5 more. I don't remember how many more spaces the big bag has. I think it's 1 more row worth. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16 plus 3 is 19. That should be fine. I don't by 18. That should be fine. I should have enough. I have to give 33 chocolate presents throughout the run to get it to have enough for marriage. So we'll see if this is enough. Yeah.
And for those of you who are joining and are like, yo, I've never seen a speed run of this game before, allow me to redirect you to the speedrun.com page. That is not my right command at NBS info. I can do this. That command, there we go. Take a look at the first page there, and you can find the community Discord for speedrunning the game. So if it's a thing that you might be into, join that Discord, or even look at the rest of the Harvest Moon series on speedrun.com, where you can, see other leaderboards. So, like,
I can buy one
definitely
more.
Take a look at it.
I need to leave one, all the way down here. I need to leave one space in my bag open for the next heart event, which is gonna happen at noon today. So we're gonna go ahead and hang out here till noon for her next heart event, and she's gonna give us a present, which is why I need the bag space open, because the event actually won't happen unless I have a bag space open.
While you're waiting for the event, I have a question for you.
Sure.
And this is a thing that happened to me whenever I play a new file in Stardew Valley. Do you ever have the moment where, like, you have your favorite, like, bachelor or bachelorette, and, like, you're like, all right, I'm gonna start a new file, and I'm gonna totally romance someone else, and then you just can't bring yourself to do so? It's just like, but I still want to, like, in my case, it's like Sebastian in Stardew Valley. And every time I start a new file, I'm like, I'm going to romance someone else, and then I never do. It is always Sebastian.
So I actually had to force myself in this game to marry someone different when I played it casually.
Mm-hmm.
Normally in Back to Nature, 64, Friends of Mineral Town, that kind of series that uses all the same characters, I always marry Karen, because Karen is my favorite. She's the cutest, she's the prettiest. So, but when I started playing Friends of Mineral Town, the original, I'm like, I'm gonna marry Anne. Anne being the OG version of Ron here.
Okay.
So I married her in that one, and then when I played this, I'm like, I not Karen, not Ron. I'm gonna marry Marie, because I've never married her or her like XPs in any game before. So I married Marie, she's a librarian. We'll be seeing her later. And that was the first time I ever did it. I was like forcing myself to do that. So, I typically only play these games through once just because some of them are giant time sinks.
Yeah.
So I usually only just pick one and kind of go for it. Do I have a type? I usually go for kind of the cool types. I'm trying to think through. I don't know. I can't even remember in some of the games. There's just been so many. So we're going to go ahead and buy the second house upgrade. So we have exactly enough stone and stuff to do that. It's awesome. So she gave us a broken music box as like her heart gift. I think at that certain level, all the bachelors and bachelorettes will give you an item. I'm just gonna go put this down here, and you get little items to display in your house. And back to the grind. 2 more days of this, and then we have another just fully sleeping day to get through on the 7th. Although when I did restart my Stardew Valley save, because I started the game and got decently in but didn't finish it, and then I just restarted it instead of trying to figure out where I was. I did go for Abigail both times.
Abigail is great.
She eats rocks. I love her.
You give her the amethyst. How did you know I was hungry?
Crunch.
I remember I didn't have the gold, or I didn't want to spend the gold on like coffee for Sebastian, so I would just like always end up in the mines and mining, and like would always end up being like the first skill I'd max out because he liked regular quartz, and I would just like have a chest full of a bunch of quartz. So who's Rick here?
Rick, in this game, I think he's Potpourri's brother. He lives at the chicken ranch, and he helps run the chicken ranch with his family. He was telling us about the Cluck Cluck Festival, which is if you have a chicken, you can go sumo wrestle your chicken in the festival, and it wins affection and stuff.
What?
But we don't have a chicken, so we can just go. He's like, we can just go and watch, but we're not gonna go and watch. We're gonna sleep through it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there's all kinds of different festivals in the game. Typically, there's, animal festivals if you own certain animals, if you own pets. In some of the later games, there's specific pet festivals. There's crop festivals. In some of the games, the festivals are actually like plot points. So like winning them or doing well in them. Tale of Two Towns is the one where like you have to like win the festival to kind of progress in the game, because the two towns are kind of like rivals with each other, and you're trying to make them be friends again or something. It's been a hot minute since I played Tale of Two Towns. It's one of the DS games. Like I said, there are so many Harvest Moon games, and I've played over half of them, I'd say. I think I haven't played Harvest Moon GB 2 or 3. I haven't played Magical Melody, Tree of Tranquility, Island of Happiness, Sunshine Islands. I guess counting their More Friends in Mineral Town and Boy and Girl, even though they're just remakes. What else did I skip over? Oh, I had a copy of Animal Parade, but it went walkabout. I have the case. I don't know where the disc went. Save the Homeland is another one that I actually sold off because I didn't like that one. Which is funny because that was like the kind of companion game to A Wonderful Life. They kind of came out around the same time, one for PS2 and one for GameCube. My house is bigger, yay!
Hey! I was like, hey, your bed's not in the same place anymore relative to the wall.
It moved over. The wall moved over overnight. Yeah, so like A Wonderful Life, I didn't like that there was only 3 marriage candidates and how slow the game moved. Because to me, the marriage candidates, the girls are very important. I like having good girls in games. So if I don't like any of the girls, I'm just kind of like, it's kind of harder for me to play through because there's no good girls. And then Save the Homeland, you can't get married in that game because the way the plots are, it just kind of befriend people. And you get kind of close to marriage when you're befriending them, but there's no marriage. And the game ends after you finish the plot line, which is rare in these games because usually you can just play forever, So that's why I didn't like that one either.
That makes sense.
I want to make friends with all the girls. Okay, this is day 3. That was a rainy day, so I am minus 3 days. We need to ignore this guy. This guy's like the shady seller guy. He sells a bunch of weird random stuff. And he was telling us that, I can sell you this thing for your house to help it because it's huge now for only 5,000 money. And we're like, no, thanks.
No, that's my chocolate money.
That's my chocolate money. I might need that for chocolate. Even though I have, 45,000 money. I still might need it for extra chocolate. I think I bought enough chocolate, but we'll see. So I bought 18 the second time, and I bought 16 the first time. 18 plus 16 is 34? Yes.
Yeah. I was like, you're asking me to do quick math.
I know, right? I can't do it either.
Like, I was not prepared for this.
Yeah, 18 plus 16 is 34, and I need 33 chocolates, so... Alright, I already did all of that, so we are good to go. If I hadn't done the house upgrading and stuff on the 4th, I could have did it on the 11th. But we did it already, so we're just gonna keep going and gifting. until the 15th. On the 15th, I need to save so I can get a rainstorm, or no rainstorm, no rain on the 17th. Because weather is decided 2 days in advance.
I can only imagine Ron looking out our window right now and just like seeing you running in circles holding a gift above your head.
And giving it to her, she loves it. Look, she's Greenheart. She's just loving this.
He is very happy with this chocolate.
Even though I think this bottom row's been in my inventory since like middle of spring. And well, maybe the gift wrapping is like you know, preserving it from getting stale or something. That is a hurricane, so that's 4 days. Hurricane again. Oh, I didn't save Scum, shoot. All right, well. Oh wait, today's 15. Never mind. We're fine. Let me go gift her. Okay, I need to save. I was off a day by there. I was like, was that the 15th or the 14th? Oh no, because I have to. The 17th is her birthday, so the gift given on that day is extremely important, and we have to see her on that day. And we could just, if it did rain, we could just waste time till 11 a.m. But we prefer not to go fast. So I need to save when I get home. I need to save when I get home. I need to save when I get home. All right. One thing that I don't like about this game, in terms of maybe some of the other ones, the NPC dialogue is very limited. So she's been saying the same thing ever since I started talking to her. The Goddess Hot Spring's great. You should go visit it sometime. It's like, I really wish that the what do you call it? The NPC dialogue would change as you get better affection with them, kind of like how Stardew Valley does. Where, you know, the higher friendship you are with certain people, their dialogue changes. All right, it is sunny. We are good. Rain is less calm. I'm gonna go ahead and read my mail now. If you don't read your mail on around the 26th of summer, the mayor's gonna come by and say your mailbox is full, and he will come and say that every time you leave your house. Because that's how the game kind of alerts you to new things, especially if you're reading your mailbox. So go ahead and clear that out now so the mayor won't bug us about our mailbox becoming full, because we've been bugging that. And that reminds me, I actually need to go check my mailbox at my house sometime. At my real house, IRL. I only go over to my house because I don't live in my house yet. I only go over there every like 4 days or so, and I need to remember to check the mailbox there.
Yeah, because you're in the process of moving, but your address is now at that place.
Yep. So my address is like split between 2 places right now. Alright, today is her birthday! Yay, gonna give her a birthday gift. Yeah, if you've seen not my stream before, but like other marathons or GDQs, things that I've been on, you might notice that my background's a little bit different than usual, just because all my games are in boxes right now, so I had to fill space with friends on my shelves instead.
And they are good friends.
They are very good friends. Hey, chat, who's your favorite friend on my shelf? If you recognize anybody, go ahead and post who your favorite friend is in chat. So, birthday present, and she's Yellow Heart from that, because that is a huge boost. Oh, today's her Blue Heart event. We need to actually wait. We can't go to bed yet. You have to wait till 10:50 a.m. So that's Jennifer. She's one of the new characters in the game. That's Kai that walked by in the purple bandana. Another marriageable guy. He's only around in the summer, I think, until you like marry him, and then he'll stick around. Jennifer lives up in a tent in the woods. She's kind of like a nature-loving girl.
My favorite friend is a little cut off in the final stream, but like it's the bear in the top right, like on the bigger shelf.
Oh yeah, the bad bear Michelle. I like that one. She's very good.
Yeah, you can barely see.
Barely
the
see.
pawn, like the. I wasn't ready.
1050. Okay, we're almost there. Oh, it's gonna be when she gets. No, it's gonna be when she comes back. That's why. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm like, why is it exactly 1050? Because that's when she walks back into the inn. So option 1 and then option 2. I like this event. This one's kind of funny. So her dad is gonna ask us, "What do you think of my daughter? You know, are you kind of into her?" And yeah, she's found her way into my heart. Speaking of puns. And Ron overhears us, and she's like, "What are you saying to Faith? What are you saying to her? Are you being weird? I'm mad now. Don't push her way into my love life." So we're gonna go clear up this misunderstanding a little bit because she's a little angry. So we just say he's just doing his best. Her mother died when she was little, so he's been raising her on his own. He's a little bit overprotective and just trying to do his best, but he's a good dad. So we're gonna go buy now. Since it's late enough in the day, this is kind of where routing is important, just because all the stores open at certain times. That's why we kind of lump a lot of things into one day. So since we had to wait until 10:50 to see that event, and the lumberjack guy renovation store opens at 11, that's why we run down on this day versus like any other day. So we need to go buy the big bed. Now you think, okay, what do you think about the big bed? You think we're just gonna go home and have a huge bed? Just one big bed, right? That's what it sounds like, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It should be like a double bed, right?
Yeah, right? Right?
Yeah. Is it still the same size?
No, we have 2 beds.
Why do we have 2 beds?
We have 2 beds. And we sleep in the small one.
Just the mega bed.
Just one mega bed that's just gonna chill there. And we're just gonna keep sleeping in our old comfy sleep for, 12 hours, 23 hours bed, because it's so comfy.
By the way, someone in chat said that my favorite friend is the girl up front with the glasses.
Girl up front with the glasses.
That's you.
Me?
Yeah.
Ooh,
You are a great
thank
friend.
you.
I had someone in a chat that I moderate, another streamer chat, someone went to say like preference, and for some reason they got autocorrected to preferu. Like they were having some autocorrect problems throughout the night, but like autocorrect was just like preferu.
Ooh, woo.
By the way, for those of you who don't follow karaoke on Twitch, you should.
I mean, if you say any other like social media platform, my username is the same everywhere. So if it's like Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Reddit, certain message boards, not Neopets. My Neopets username is something different, but I do own the pet named Karaoke. Yeah, you'll find me many places. So this is another day where we have to do something. So at this point, we can't see any more of her heart events. She's at yellow heart, but we can't see any more heart events because the green heart event for every marriage candidate is the preserved flower event, which is when we give them a gift of a preserved flower that we have to get now, and that says that we're dating. That's something carried over from some of the more recent games in the series. Previously in the series, you could just go straight up to red heart and marry them. No stops in between. But in more recent games, you have to start dating the character first. That'll let you get their later events, and they added that to this game. So we have to wait till 9 a.m., and then we need to go inside and come back out, and we can start that event. And that triggers when we have at least one marriageable candidate at a certain level. So 9 a.m. on a sunny day, and go ahead and just hold B throughout all this text. Basically, this is why we had to talk to Jeff, to meet him so he'd, know who we are. We used to think we need to talk to Basil as well. Basil is Marie's father. He's like a botanist. We just thought we had to talk to him and meet him as well, but actually you don't have to meet him for some reason. So they're talking about how there used to be this flower that grew here that you would give to the person that you're interested in to tell them you're dating. And luckily you don't have to meet the harvest sprites. They're the little, we're the only ones that can see them. These guys can't see him, so Jeff's here is like, who are you talking to? And we're just like, oh, well, you must just be tired or something. It's okay, go ahead and do your thing. So the harvest sprites like, oh, we overheard what was going on. We're gonna go ahead and grow this flower for you. Here you go. So this rare flower was just, hibernating under the grass the entire time, and the harvest sprites used their nature powers to grow them. And we go ahead and bring one to Jeff and Basil and be like, hey, here's that flower you were talking about. We just happened to find one.
If only there was a flower here. Oh, hey, here it is.
Yeah, here's 2 of them. So here, you can study them. So there we go. And now we just kind of go home and sleep again. And there's a festival tomorrow, so we're just going to sleep through that as well. So on the 23rd, we'll have to finish the preserved flower event. That'll actually give us the preserved flower for us to start actually officially dating Ron.
I showed you my flower, now answer me.
So some of the, what do you call it? Enhancements from this game versus the GBA or PS1 versions is, for one thing, you don't have to go into the menu to take items out. You just have your right analog stick and just pick your items out. You got your on-screen stamina bar at the top there. Before, you just had to kind of know how much stamina you have, and based on your character's animations when using tools. Oh yeah, there is farming in these games, by the way. We don't do them in the marriage runs, but there is farming, and you do have stamina that, when you take your tools out, or tools that are in the box there, we're not going to touch them, that your stamina does run out when you're using your tools and growing your crops and all that kind of stuff. We do have a coop at the bottom of our farm and a barn over there. You can get a horse. In this game you have to buy pets. In some of the earlier games you just get given a pet. You either choose one or just get given a dog at the start. This one has all kinds of pets. There's dogs, cats, penguins. I think capybaras are in this game. You can get a penguin, yeah, as a pet.
Is that ecologically sound? Are they warm penguins?
Yes, it's a penguin. Have you ever seen Evangelion? It's like Pen. They just kind of they have like a little hidden air conditioner on them to keep them cool, and you keep them in the freezer, and they may or may not drink beer.
All right. I haven't watched Evangelion, but I have seen like that penguin in question, and I'm just like, why do they have a penguin?
Oh yeah, I have one down there on my bottom shelf. one of the many friends tonight on my shelf. I do have a penguin.
Well, yeah, so we're just gonna take this penguin and out of a frozen environment and totally just keep it.
Yeah, in the freezer in my apartment, and he likes beer.
I thought this was a chocolate salesman simulator.
Yeah, true. Yeah, more chocolate. Okay, we can get the penguin chocolate instead. So I have to go ahead and I have to wait for 9 a.m. again to get the actual preserved flower, and then tomorrow is another festival. That's what Ron's dialogue box was today, was saying, I can't wait for the fireworks festival. Well, I don't care about the fireworks festival, so we're not gonna go. So here's our grape tree, because grapes grow on trees.
Rather than, vines and trellis.
Yeah, trees.
Stuff. Yeah, trees.
You can buy different kinds of trees, and they'll all get planted over here, and they'll have different fruits per season. Also, sometimes bees make honey in the tree for yourself. Basically, like little gimmies for you to get money. You can forage for stuff in the mountains, grasses and bamboo shoots and stuff like that to make, money when you're starting out and don't have stuff to seeds and farm. So 9 a.m., go inside, go back outside. And Jeff's going to give us one of the preserved flowers. And he's like, I was able to grow a bunch of more, so you can buy more at my store, but for now, I'm just going to give you this first one. So, all right, we got our preserved flower. Tutorial comes up for how to date. We're going to do that in a couple days.
My favorite song is I Heard It Through the Grape Tree.
That's how it goes, right?
Yep. Who is the friend with the white mustache on the second shelf? It's super cute.
White on the second shelf. I have a few up there. I have a Moogle up there. So I have, basically this shelf here, the third one down is my Love Live shelf. And then above that is all my Bang Dream ones, which is where the bear is. So you might be looking at Yukina up there, maybe. She is super cute.
Or maybe on the other set of shelves, there's the one that looks like it looks like a bear with a massive white mustache.
I need to give her the preserved flower. Wait, there we go. Okay, I almost forgot to give it to her. So, you're talking about friends. A bear with a mustache. Oh, the lion. That's the lion from Fate Stay Night that Shiro gives to Saber as a present. So we just gave Ron a present of the preserved flower, and now we are dating her. So I like that text box as she actually says, "Oh, now you're my girlfriend," and I'm like, "Yes, I am your girlfriend."
This game is not an offshoot of Harvest Moon. It is actually a remake. So Story of Seasons is the new name that the Harvest Moon series is under.
Yes.
Air quotes on new. It's been around for a while. But this is a remake of the GBA game, which was a remake of the PS1 game. So if you are familiar with the title Harvest Moon Friends of Mineral Town, this is a remake of it. So this is a remake of a remake.
Yeah, to kind of go over that again, the Harvest Moon series in Japan is called Bokujo Monogatari, which means farm story. All the games are called that over there. When they came out to the West by Natsume, they were titled Harvest Moon. Up through the game, I don't know what the Japanese title is, but one of the game's Story of Seasons on the 3DS is. That was the first one where Marvelous, the developers, contracted Xseed because they own Xseed to translate the games, and because Natsume owns the Harvest Moon trademark, they had to change the name. And Natsume continues to make games under the Harvest Moon title, which are the quote-unquote spin-off games, because they're not translations of Japanese released games. They're hit or miss. They have their fans. So I want to save when I get home for sunny weather on the 30th. I guess if we mention more Harvest Moon games I haven't played, I have not played any of the Natsume developed Harvest Moon games. Just haven't, like I said, if they don't, the girls don't interest me, so I haven't been interested in them, and just some of the play styles in them, they just kind of feel a little by the numbers, cut and paste, a little on the janky side. I think one of the more recent ones is kind of okay. I forget what the most recent one is. Did One World? I think One World's the newest one from them. But I can't even name all. They've released like 4 under that name, I believe. Something like that.
Yeah, I'm honestly not sure, but I have not heard positive things about the Natsume English-only developed Harvest Moon games since they since the story of seasons split, if you will.
Yeah, the one kind of bonus thing I think about them is like, I think they were earlier to release on PC than Story of Seasons. So they were kind of reaching out to that demographic as well that had like the wider install base that, Stardew Valley kind of hit by, actually releasing a game on PC that was in this genre compared to just locking it to, DS, 3DS, PSP, systems like that. But then this Story of Seasons game actually is actually getting a wider release. It came out on PC and Switch, and then it's getting PS4 and Xbox, or is PS5? PS something and Xbox something releases within this year. They're coming out for that.
Also, some folks keep bringing up the Rune Factory series. Have you played any of those at all?
Yes, I very much enjoy Rune Factory. Rune Factory being the those are the spin-off Harvest Moon games, where they kind of did the Stardew Valley thing where you can fight monsters. It's a little bit more action RPG related with the farming on the side. I have played 4 of the Rune Factories. I didn't play Frontier or the other console one that I can't remember the name. Ties of Destiny, I believe. I haven't played those 2, but I did play 1 through 4 and very much enjoyed them.
Yeah, because I saw someone mention that they're excited about Rune Factory 5.
Yes, with Rune Factory, the developer of that sort of kind of went under for a little while. They were having some, monetary issues, and they basically said after Rune Factory 4, it's over. But then they just kind of resurrected themselves, released Rune Factory 4 Special on Switch, and also announced Rune Factory 5, which is coming soon-ish, I think. No, I think it's out. I think it's out in Japan. And it's just, the translation is just taking a while because it be chunky, so. Yeah, I think Rune Factory 5 did come out in Japan already. So I too am looking forward to Rune Factory 5 and adding it to my long backlog, because I'm actually behind in playing Harvest Moon Story of Seasons games. I didn't buy Pioneers of Olive Town because I haven't beaten Trio of Towns yet for the 3DS. Because some of these later games are just very long and very involved, and the numbers get really big. So this is her Yellow Heart event. You can only get this after you start dating her, because it starts referencing that you're dating. So she's having a bad day, kind of spilled something on a guest shirt. So we're like, let's go out and take a walk, get your mind off of things, have a little minor date. And the two kids, there's only 2 kids in town, these 2 kids. The 2 kids in town run by and they're talking about like, getting dirty. And they're like, oh, my grandma knows how to clean up stains. So we go over to grandma's house here, and she's like, oh, just do this to the shirt and you can fix it. And that cheers Ron up, so. And also she teases us because we're dating.
Like grandmas do.
So here we need to go to the library to clear Ron's next event, but first we have to clear Marie's introduction event, just because it always triggers when she is in the library. So we do it to meet Marie here and go through her little scene here where she's like talking about the book she's writing. And now we can go do Ron's event here. This is her Orange Heart event.
Also, I am getting confirmation that Rune Factory 5 is already out in Japan as of a few months ago.
That's what I thought. I knew I'd seen someone on my timeline playing it, and I was like, wait, it's out already? Because it kind of snuck up on me. And again, I just kind of forgot it existed. So here's another pun. Ron's been looking in the library to seeing like what she can do for the town and just kind of things that she can, help out around and read books and stuff. And we're like, yeah, I'm glad you ran with the idea. Ha ha ha.
Oh my goodness.
So let's see if the blue feather is available at the grocery store. Yes, it is. I got the tutorial, so the blue feather is available. The blue feather being the traditional, or is it not? Yep, there it is, okay. The blue feather being the very traditional Harvest Moon story of season Bokujo Monogatari tradition of telling someone you want to marry them. So we have 3 more chocolates to give. Once we give those final 3 chocolates, really it should be 2 chocolates because I make 33 chocolates. I bought 34. Once she hits red heart, we can give her the blue feather. And hopefully we don't have to go past Fall 5, because Fall 5 she's not available. Her schedule's slightly different and it's just later that day. So hopefully we can get this done very soon. We are approaching the final bits of the run here. I hope you all have enjoyed this gift-giving chocolate girls awesomeness that we've had. So very close to, she's still orange heart, so very close to the end here. Should be 1 more chocolate. We'll see after we talk to her tomorrow. If not, it'll be the next day, hopefully. And then if not, then I have to go buy more chocolate. So hopefully I didn't mess up too hard there. Did I press participate? I probably should have pressed not participate. That should be okay though.
I just realized I had my mic muted.
That's
But
fine.
yes, you did press participate, and I was just like, oh, great, I'll see you there. And it's like, no.
I think I can sleep through that if needed, but we'll see. I think I can just kind of ignore it. Hopefully that should be fine. All right, she's red heart, so go ahead and propose. And we're like, are you serious? And she accepts. So she is very happy, and now we can just sleep.
Sleep.
Sleep for 1 week until our wedding. So that was the 2nd, so 7 days would be the 9th.
Don't want to accidentally sleep through your own wedding.
Luckily, it'll automatically bring us to the church and we'll get married.
Woo!
So actually, it's the next day. Okay, 1 more day. All right, and here we go. Here is our wedding. Time will be when the screen fades to black after we step out of the church.
Okay.
So I will let you know when time is. And look at us! We are both in our lovely wedding dresses, and we swear to be each other's partner for life. We may exchange our rings, our hair is all done up, the entire town that we barely met is here. We are lawfully wedded partners now.
Let's heckin' go.
Let's go. We'll be together forever, and I love you. And time.
That is adorable. Let me see. That looks like it was probably a like 114 something, 114.10.
Not bad. If that counted, because I did have to load my backup save, that would have been like, it's a PB. We'll quote with PB.
Big air quotes.
Big air quotes.
PB.
Big air quotes PB. I believe. What is the record for this run? Let me pull that up. The record for this category is 105.11. That is done on the PC version. The PC version is faster because, just digitally load from Steam, and also playing in traditional Chinese language is also faster because less characters in the text boxes. So that's kind of the fastest way. I'm playing basically the slowest version here. I am playing on Switch, on cart, in English. So slowest version, but still, pretty good run. Yeah, very good run. We had very good weather. I think if the horse RNG had worked out, it would have been pretty much almost a perfect run. I think we only lost 4 or 5 days to rain, and that didn't even mess up too much because I think I married earlier by a day than my practice run that I did. And yeah, just very, except for like there's a couple hurricanes in there, but very, very good run there. I don't know if we have some extra time, I guess, since it came under estimate, but if we want to go through the credits and see what happens after the credits, I can do that.
Yep, you're good.
All right, so
while we run the credits, though, why don't we tell people where they can find you as I spam your link again?
Yes.
And what you do.
So yeah, twitch.tv/karaoke. I don't stream too often, but especially right now because I am moving and majority of my games are packed up right now. But when I do, I speed run. I'll get back to doing more of this probably in Harvest Moon 64. I also speed run Silhouette Mirage, Chocobo Racing, Maginite Rayearth. If I can plug a little bit, I will be in the Value-thon Marathon this weekend playing Hanagumi Tyson columns. So if you like anime and you like girls and puzzle games, come check that out on the Value-thon channel on Saturday. That'll be a fun time. And I also play a lot of anime rhythm games. So Bang Dream Girls Band Party and D4DJ Groovy Mix are like my two favorites right now. Shoutouts to anime. Anime is great. Other than that, yeah, I tweet a lot on Twitter, same username. If you have any questions about the Harvest Moon community, feel free to reach out. There are tons of games in the series. There are runs, there are guides. The community is extremely nice. The Discord is very friendly. Even if you're just a casual Harvest Moon Story of Seasons player, you're welcome to come hang out and chat with us about the games. We had a marathon this past weekend that you can check the VODs out for on the Harvest Moon. I think it's like Harvest Moon Marathons channel, and we also have one every February, usually over Valentine's Day weekend. So if you learn one of the games and runs, you can submit to a nice marathon just to Harvest Moon games. It's so much fun. Shout outs to the community like Lana Ruse, Demo Plays Games, Desert, Penguin, Odd Tom, Sam Van Dam, Mr. Steal Your Gill, all these people that have worked so hard on all of these different runs and routing them out. It's such a comfy community, which we all need these days just to, be nice with and everything. So.
Oh, yeah. And I really appreciate you being on the show. You submitted this to me like forever ago when I announced I was getting a show. Cause
yeah, I think I saw like
previously been.
Yeah, Never Before Seen. And I'm like, well, Never Before Seen is literally all my games except for one. So here you go. Have a bunch.
Exactly. And I really appreciate you being on the show, and thank you for being a part of this.
Yeah, it's been a blast. Yeah, just as Ron says, it's been a blast. So we just got married. It's been a blast. This will be a day to remember forever. And, now that we're alone, she can say, give herself a nickname. She's going to call us our love. So she's like, okay, love, thank you. Our new life together starts tomorrow. And as in typical tradition of this series, after you're married, this is one of the few games that gives credits at marriage. Typically you just get married and cutscene and next day move on. This is one that gives credits. And now you have begun your life together. Ron will be in your house and doing stuff throughout the day. And, you get her affection up or keep her affection up for a certain number of days. You will have the Harvest Goddess deliver you a child. That's how that works in this universe. When, you have two lovely women married together, the goddess will help you out. So,
Oh, that's adorable.
That's so cute. So, yeah, thank you all for coming out and watching my run, and stick around because the totally awesome Garby is going to be running a couple of her runs next for more, bonus stream action. So again, thank you all for having me, and stick around for the rest of the show.
Yeah, we still have 2 more runs. I just want to remind everyone that if you did come in just now and you missed this run, you can catch all of our VODs over at YouTube, youtube.com/GamesDoneQuick. We usually try to get our shows out on YouTube, usually 24 hours or a little more, like within a couple days of the show airing. But if you are watching this on YouTube, feel free to join us over at twitch.tv/gamesdonequick.com. Twitch.tv/gamesdonequick. There we go. To check out our live shows such as Never Before Seen or Mercy Kill or Challenger Approaching or any other of our live shows. We start most nights at 7 p.m. Eastern. There's a couple of Sunday afternoon shows as well. You can always check out our full schedule at gamesdonequick.com/hotfix. And if you do have Amazon Prime, you do have Prime Gaming. If you want to support us, consider using your Prime Gaming sub to subscribe to our Twitch channel, since, you know, clearly we're going to be your Twitch channel of your choice every month for free. So do please consider using that Prime Gaming account to subscribe over to us here on the GDQ Twitch channel. But we'll be right back. Garby the Glitterous is going to be continuing our Flame Fatale's bonus stream with Sonic Robo Blast 2 and Katamari Forever. So stick around after the break. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode 18 of Never Before Seen. My name is AmberCyprian. I am your host tonight as we bring you more speedruns of more games that have never before been seen in mainline GDQ events. And as usual, if you happen to speedrun a game or know someone who does that has never been run in an AGDQ, SGDQ, or GDQx event, and you'd like to submit it to the show, type !NBS into the chat and you would find the link to be able to send me your runs. I would love to have you on board. That said, we're going to continue our Flame Fatale's bonus stream, showing another game that didn't quite make it into the main marathon schedule. But Garby the Glitterous is here to show us Sonic Robo Blast 2, which is a game I really, really have been wanting on this show for quite a while. And I'm so excited I've got you here.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited to show this off. I really do adore this game, and like, I played it for a long time, and like, I think I played it since like 2006, and it came out in like 1998, so it's had quite a history.
Yeah, there's actually like some videos I randomly saw like last week that shows like the history or like the different versions of like different levels. You could see the first level since like the first release of the game all the way to where we have it now here in 2021, and it's just incredible how the development of this game has gone over the last God knows how many years. I can't math right now, but since 1998. So this is going to be really, really awesome, and we're doing the Tails category, and Tails is the cutest, fluffiest boy.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, so for this, there's kind of like an in-game time. Like, there's like a marathon mode you can use that, like, so that if something goes wrong with the game, you'll start from, I think, from the previous level that you were on. So that's kind of nice to have in this case.
Yeah, this was actually added as a result of Sonic and the Shiny Things and Corona Relief done quick. And I hosted Sonic and the Shiny Things in 2019 or 2020. And that was, we had the Tails run there by Cygnus 5X, I think, or X5. I actually can't remember what order his username is in, but so like I'm really excited to have Tails back here, and like I think his computer crashed during the run or something, and like thankfully his save file saved, but like we almost had a problem. So the devs were like, yeah, let's put a marathon mode in that has a live event backup so that doesn't happen anymore.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, like whenever you are ready to go, like I'm ready for this. I love this game so much, and this game is completely free. Let me just say that real quick. Completely free, made in the Doom Legacy engine. Heckin' awesome. Lots of mods that you can play if that's your thing, but like it's so good. srb2.org I think is the website.
Yeah, it's really cool.
But yeah, like whenever you're ready, I just wanted to get all the like quick like play this game, it's free out of the way.
I'll probably gush a little bit about the game as we're going through it, but yeah. But I think we're probably ready to start.
Yeah.
So I can count us down, then. So,
sounds good.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So this is green flower. Green flower. Here I'm gonna want to get the speed shoes, and I think there's a slightly fast strat you can do here, but with the strat I used, hopefully I can complete this in under 20 seconds. This is looking pretty good so far. Yeah. Hey, let's go. That's pretty good. Yay.
Nice sub 20.
Yeah, and luckily I do get an extra like 5 each level in under 30 seconds, which is pretty nice because there are some tricks that can be a little risky. For the most part, it's not that bad in the early game, but some parts can be a little stressful later. But yeah, there's like some pretty silly like alternate routes you can take that cut like quite a bit of time off of the normal time that you would get if you just like took like the route without flying.
Yeah, Tails' unique ability is the ability to fly, similar to like Sonic 3 and Knuckles and so on and so forth. But this is Tails can definitely make quick work of some of these stages just because he can fly.
Okay, this boss, it's a little tricky to do this without getting hit, but hopefully it goes okay. Sometimes Eggman just fires his laser like immediately, but that went pretty well.
Yeah, there we go.
Yay. So this is a pretty good start so far. Like 123 is a good time for this. Being past the first act. Now we're going on to Tecmo Hill Act 1, and one thing with this game is that there's a lot of really awesome music.
Yes, I was gonna say this is a banger of a soundtrack. And the soundtrack is also completely free to download on SRB2's website.
Yeah, oh. Okay. So, I should like, one thing you can also do is that you can have it display how much time you have left for the speed shoes, which is a really helpful quality of life thing that helps a lot in particular here so that I can know I can still have enough time to make it through there.
Yeah.
To, like, pass that ramp with the speed shoes still intact, which, if you start a flight with speed shoes, you'll still retain most of the momentum like through the flight. So it's important to make sure you have speed shoes banned to optimize it. All right. And now we're moving on to something that's been changed quite a bit from like early versions. In early versions, this was a much longer level, but here I think this is probably a little better than the previous version. There's still quite a few alternate routes, and it takes some like memorization to know where to go, but I think it was a lot harder to in the earlier versions.
Isn't there also like in the earlier versions, didn't the purple gloop stuff, instead of like just being a thing that you would sink into and then like rise to the top, didn't it damage you?
I believe so, yeah. Okay, let's see if this is a good cycle. Okay, good. If I'm on a bad cycle there, I can just get crushed by those unless I wait.
Good cycle.
And I unfortunately got pooped on that, but this'll... that corner there can be a little tricky. Corners are kind of your worst enemy with flying with tails, because if you just hit like a wall or a corner, you'll lose all of your momentum. This will still be a pretty good time, I think, like about 110 or so. That's about 5 or so seconds on TV. And so now we're moving on to Tecmo Hill 3. The main thing that I want to do is be sure to hit Eggman as early as possible when he gets out of iframes, and through the 5 hits he'll move faster, and now he goes to this phase. And that was a decent fight. And
like, I too am a pogo stick.
Yeah. Another like thing with these fights is that after 5 hits you move on to there's like 2 phases, and after you deal 5 hits to Eggman, he'll move on to the next phase, and that applies to I think almost all the bosses. But now we're moving on to Deep Sea 1. This is a level that's made quite a bit easier with Tails, and the route with Tails is quite a bit different from the other characters. You can like hit this and just go down through here.
Also, this is probably like one of the chillest tracks in the game. Granted, drowning music often interrupts it, and if you're like playing through for the first time, and you know that's just like the definition of an anxiety, but it's like, hey, we've got this really cool track that's super chill if you don't drown.
Yeah, I almost, like with my route, I almost always am pretty low on time there, but hey, we made it safely. But yeah, the music is generally pretty chill, and this is one of the longer levels in the run. It's, with the way I do this, it's close to 2 minutes. There is one strat you can do with Tails that I think may have been patched. I'm not sure if it's in this version that was patched, but you can like cling to the wall and get like a whole lot of speed. It may have been fixed here, and I messed that up a little bit, but that's okay.
Yeah, Tails thankfully is a little bit more forgiving in cases of like missing a jump or something, whereas like other characters, like Sonic especially, like there's no forgiveness if you miss certain jumps.
Yeah. For the longest time I've wanted to learn the Amy category, but playing with her, the strats with her are really unforgiving. Like, if you just miss anything, like, you have to do like precise hammer like jumps, and if you miss them, then it costs a whole lot of time.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Yeah. But yeah, this is the route you take with Tails. I don't know if this is the fastest, but the one I found the most consistency with. There's like a lot of routes that aren't really that much faster than each other, but I found this route the fastest. And now we're going to be going on to like a waterfall. And I think this is one of the levels that's received like the most major changes since like 2.2, the previous versions.
Oh, the stream title is apparently Sobek. Sobek Robo Blast 2. Okay. I'm like, why are people coming in saying I love Sobek? And I was just like, all right, that's a typo. That's great. Okay, that makes more sense now.
Oh. Wow.
I want to shout out Richard, who is our wonderful tech for this show, for giving me the best typo known to man right now.
Nice.
Oh, goodness.
So, this is a boss that changed quite a bit from 2.1. In 2.1, you had to navigate through around 4 platforms and then electrified occasionally, but in this version, you just have to go around the field, and after 5 hits, there'll be 3, but you can still tell pretty easily which one is the right one, and that was a good fight. But yeah, the bosses are something that have received quite a bit of a change for the most part from 2.1. There are some that are, I think, are pretty similar to the old versions, but for the most part, 2.2 was a really big, like, change off of 2.1, because I think that was like the first major release in a really long time.
There we go. We got the title going.
Yay!
Richard is the best. Thank you very much. I thought people were coming in and like, just because some people like to say Sonk and Sanic and stuff, I thought people were being genuinely silly. Like, no, that there's there's a typo there. My bad. So Castle Eggman, this actually used to be the end stage, like early in the game's development, if I'm not mistaken. It used to be the last stage in the game, which sort of makes sense. It has that like looming vibe.
Yeah, it definitely makes, like, I can definitely see it being like the name of the last level, but there have been a lot of things added recently, like a lot of zones, like a Red Canyon, I think, is pretty recent, like some of the adds to it. And now we're moving on to probably my favorite level of the game, and probably the hardest level on processors in general, like Castle Eggman Zone 2.
This is a banger of a song. It gives me Castlevania vibes later on in the song. I really like it.
Oh yeah, this is definitely a banger. But there's just so much neat tech. Like, here I want to spin dash and keep this through here, and then jump on this in the right way to get the speeches and look at to get hot. Yay!
It's just so cool to watch how much like Tails can just ignore things in this level that would otherwise be like really, really like a hazard to Sonic.
Yeah.
Or like anyone else that isn't maybe Knuckles. Although I remember playing a Knuckles playthrough. It was an online playthrough with my friend Argic. He played Metal Sonic, I played Knuckles, and Knuckles routes casually are suffering. Like, in my opinion.
Oh. Oh.
Like, the ones that you have to take are just so hard. And then
Yeah,
speedrunners are like, oh, we skipped most of the Knuckles exclusive routes, and I'm like, yeah, I don't speedrun Knuckles. But thank you.
Yeah, I haven't really done much with like playing as Knuckles. I played as mostly, well, Sonic and Amy I played a decent amount of, but I haven't really played as Knuckles that much.
Yeah. Knuckles, like, I always think that the jump is really, really low in this game for, like, Sonic and Tails or any other character. It is... You don't know what low jump means until you play as Knuckles. Because,
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
the characters can already barely jump over these spinning spike balls here in this boss. Knuckles just... He's got it bad, man. I feel bad for him and his... Like, he skipped leg day.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, these buttons here in this boss, if I'm not mistaken, are deterministic. They are not like a random pattern at all.
Yeah, I have the document up, but I don't have it up at the moment, so I kind of forgot how to do that a little bit, but that was still a pretty solid first phase.
Yeah.
I still use like notes to see like which buttons to hit, but I like close out of them for a little bit, so...
Notes,
oh
who
wow,
needs
this
them?
is... Oh, submitted, let's go. That's a really good fight.
Yeah, that is a really good fight there.
Yeah. So that's the end of that one. And now we're on to the zone that's probably the most significantly changed with Tails as opposed to the other characters.
Oh,
Red
yeah.
Canyon. You can just fly. This is like a really open level where you have to like go around and things. And with some characters like Amy, you can do like, and I think Fang as well, you can do like really cool like bounces to skip big parts of the level, but with Tails we can just do good old flying.
Yeah, I think the if you're playing as like Super Sonic, for example, like if you actually like are doing the all emeralds route, you usually have Super Sonic by now, and he can take advantage of similar routes that Tails does. Like, it's incredible, but you need the emeralds to do that. Tails is like, I don't need no Super Sonic. I don't need no Chaos Emeralds. I don't even get a super form in this game. I'm super by myself.
Yeah. Yeah. And a Red Canyon 2. Let's see if I remember how to do this. This level is pretty chill. Oh, I think I was supposed to do a stem fly. That's something I don't think I've really talked about much yet. Like, if you use like spin dash and then immediately fly after, you'll keep all your momentum when you're flying, which allows you to like go really fast while flying, which is really neat and really helps you skip like big parts of the levels. Like here, it's a little tight to make it, but with the spin fly, you can do it.
Yeah.
And
I think
getting pretty close to them.
Do you still have to do the minecart section as Tails?
Yeah, you
Okay.
still have to do the minecart section, which we're getting pretty close to. You can do a jump here to make it a little bit faster, because Tails will like fly, and it will be about maybe about half a second or so faster.
Mm-hmm.
And I realized I just didn't get to the checkpoint, so I guess we're not going for the skip.
Oh yeah.
There is a skip you can do. Like if you go back along when you get to the dark area, you can like jump off the ramp at a precise time. But since I didn't get the checkpoint, I don't think I'm gonna be doing that. Yeah, the music is really bopping.
Yeah, this music, Arid Canyon is such a good, like both Act 1 and 2 are really, really good. But I think my favorite is Egg Rock. Egg Rock 1 is probably my favorite song. I also like Egg Rock 2 a lot, but that zone in general has like the best music for me.
Oh yeah, it's all really rocking. I don't know what I'd say my favorite is. I guess it might be Egg Rock 2 for me.
Egg Rock 2 is still so good. Like, it's so hard to choose between, like, Egg Rock 1 and 2 for me.
Yeah. Okay, good. We're moving on to some pretty tricky fights. Fang can be mean. He just, like, bounces around and you have to... And get him, like, on the tail, then you'll take damage, so you have to be really careful with how you do it.
Yeah, he's a huge jerk.
And he throws bombs. Luckily there it wasn't as bad as it could have been, but you still do not want that to happen. And when I get to the second phase, it'll start the train barbells will, like, blow off, so we're gonna have nothing. So I need to be really careful at this point. That was really lucky for him to just bounce into me there.
Yeah, and if you take damage in the wrong place here, or in just the right way, you will fly off and die. It is not fun to have to do this boss more than once.
Yeah, but luckily that's the end of the fight. A 110 is definitely acceptable. I've gotten faster times, but that's pretty good considering how that fight can go. And I didn't die, so yay. But now we're on to Red Volcano Act 1. I was practicing this a lot, like right before stream started, and I just kept getting hit by the fire. But hey, I got hit by that fire. That's still later than I made it earlier.
It's so hard to just thread the needle.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and that enemy is mean. Oh no.
Oh god, I am not sure.
Okay,
I think there's one up ahead though. There you go. Yeah, you can go into first person if you want. It can be really disorienting when you do it and you don't mean to.
I think I did that intentionally. Like, it's a little easier to aim the spin dash when you do that.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes if you don't have it in first person, the camera kind of gets caught, and it's hard to see exactly where Tails is. But doing that, you can just like aim it correctly. So kind of nice to just be able to do that. But yeah, this is kind of the Comfort Storm. This level only has one act. I think that they're planning to rectify that. Like, they're planning to change that for later versions. But
yeah, I think
for this one, there's only one act.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's music for Red Volcano 2 in the soundtrack, but it has not been, like, the act itself has not been implemented into the game yet. Like, this game still receives updates to this day. Don't let that, like, PC 1998 release year, like, fool you. Like, this game is still in active development. Also, everyone, if you have a jam emote of any sort, or if you don't, you can borrow Cat Jam. This song deserves your jam emotes.
Yeah, if you just get hit by the red wall there, it's pretty much a death, so I just restarted and didn't wait to see Tails die. But, oh, I almost kept iframes through there. You can even see, like, how much longer iframes will last with with the thing in the bottom right, so that's really nice. This part is mean. Like, there's like things that like reverse your gravity all the time.
Yeah, I actually ended up toggling the feature that lets you that flips you and the room, so that like you don't like it still looks normal, because that is just, oh, this hallway, I hate this hallway, I hate this hallway, I hate this hallway.
Oh wow, I didn't even practice that. That was scary, and I don't always have speed shoes through here, so... Okay, we're good. I don't know why I went for that. I just thought I had enough lives and I decided I'd go for it once. But it worked out at least. And we're just about at the end. I can just get on this small crevice and just fly to the end. So that's kind of nice.
Like that hallway, I'm sorry, like that hallway gives me so much anxiety.
It is really terrifying, yeah. I don't know. I don't usually go for that strat that I did there, so, because it doesn't always work out for me, but I just thought I'd try it because, I don't know, it was a marathon, or it was like a showcase I wanted to be cool. Oh, okay, that spin fly is pretty tricky to get, because you have to really move quickly through the hallway, like move the camera quickly. Okay, and I guess I'll get the speed shoes. I don't know, I've sometimes run into a thing where, like, with the shortcut I haven't tried, it just puts me in a new area, and I think I have an idea as to why that happens, but I'm honestly not totally sure.
Oh yeah, for what you're doing right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so like this like lit up area right there is actually a trigger. You'll hear the alarm sound, and that is what causes this door up ahead to actually open. Otherwise, you have to go outside and work your way around to get into the tube that you were just rolling through from outside, and that's what allows you to trigger it.
Oh, thanks. I thought that was how I was. When I heard that once, I had an idea that was what it was, but I wasn't totally sure. But that definitely makes sense.
Yeah, you're just hitting the trigger from the opposite end, and then like you'll just keep running into the point where the tube is like, wait, no, you gotta go this way, and it spits you the other way.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah,
this is such a good song.
I know, yeah. Such a banger.
It is. Mega Man blocks that Tails doesn't care about. I like to call them the Mega Man blocks.
Yeah. Oh, okay, let's go.
Ooh!
Yeah, that's kind of a scary section. What? Okay, this... It didn't give me, like, the auto score that it usually does.
Oh yeah, like, that thing gets broken a lot.
Yeah. Okay, that was still pretty good. Now we're going to be moving on to Black Court. I think originally these three levels were all part of Castle Eggman Act 3, and they were just all one act, but for 2.2 they were separated into three different acts. Like there's two boss fights that are going to be after this, and this is a Metal Sonic chase, similar style to Sonic CD. And with Tails this isn't too bad, but with like the other characters it can be really tricky to do this.
Oh yeah, there's one room in particular that's coming up that is really, really rough as Sonic if you aren't like used to the game. It's gonna be... Actually, you may have already passed it. It's just like the room where you have to platform from all the... Oh no, it's coming here. Here we go.
Yeah, this area.
One. You have to get through here, and like Tails just skipped a ton of platforming. Like Garby just like, she's just like, yeah, no, Tails can fly over this. I'm not doing this. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. Yeah, the Tails definitely helps with that. It's definitely really tricky to do the platforming as like Sonic, and you also have to do it quickly enough to beat Metal Sonic.
Yeah.
You have about a minute and a half to do it or so before 4 timings out, and now we're moving on to pretty tricky boss fight that can be punishing if you mess it up. Oh, well that's unfortunate, but
Usually, you can try to get like 3 hits on Metal Sonic pretty early here.
yeah.
But that's okay. He can be really tricky with how far away he goes, or whether or not you can trigger his wireframe, or like where he backs away.
Okay, what was that? That was... Now this fight is going to be a lot more scary. I'm not going to do it, but I kind of feel like it might be better for me to restart. I'm not going to, but... this part's kind of scary for me. I, like, have trouble, like... not getting hit by Metal Sonic.
If you can get him aligned in one of the corners by standing in one of the far corners, he will eventually just like end up bouncing in such a way that when he's ready to charge at you, you can see him in plain sight.
Yeah.
But like it can be really, really hard to get him to like stop doing that. Or like, you know, get him in the right position.
Oh, yeah. This is... So my PP is 2549. I'll have to have a really good Rock Eggman, but we'll see how this goes.
You are doing great.
Yeah, this run's been going well. Yay, that other than there being an extra phase there, that well.
Yeah, like there you go. So we're gonna be moving into the final boss. Black Eggman, or some people know him better as Metal Robotnik from the OVA, if anyone is familiar with the Sonic OVA. And he definitely looks like a product of the Doom engine.
So, this can be a sub 30. I think this can be a sub 30 RTA if I get this first try. So hopefully this goes well. Okay.
So Black Eggman here, I'll go ahead and explain this so you can focus. Black Eggman here has a lightning shield around him. You can't hit him, and this green column of light will disable it. However, getting him to walk into it without firing things at you is another story.
Yeah.
He can fire one of 2 things at this early stage. He can either fire a set of 3 homing rockets or a flamethrower. And every hit that you do, he's either going to fire one of those 2 things. As you can see, he's just fired one of each.
Oh.
There we go. And we're going to try to get as many hits as we can on him before his shield comes back.
I think I'm different.
Yeah, there.
Yay! So, I think that's 7. So 5 more hits. I think I'll do it. After 9 hits, after 9 hits, the guardrail will do it. Hey, that was good. 8.
Yo, that was good. Yeah.
9.
Got this.
Yeah.
So the guardrail's gonna drop, so it's way easier for if you take damage. It's just like the Fang fight. There we go.
Oh, let's go.
Yo,
oh my
let's
gosh,
go
this
first try. Got a little trolled in the first phase, but like that was really good otherwise.
Yeah. I'm really happy with that. This is gonna be, I think, about 50 or so seconds away from my best PD on this, but I'm really happy with that because
Time is
there's
on
a lot
fade
of
out.
things that...
There we go.
Yeah. Yeah, do you have the RTA, the in-game time or the RTA time for that?
Let me see, because I'm on a slight delay here. It's going to be a 28 something. 28:47. There we go. That was really good.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm really happy with how that went. Yeah, that's like, there's like a lot of things that can be annoying there, and I think most of the stuff went really well. When I got like all the hard stuff first try, I think there was a small doubt. Oh yeah, I forget exactly where, but it was a pretty insignificant one. But I'm really happy with that. Thanks everyone for the GGs.
Yeah, please go follow the runner. She is awesome. I was so happy when I was just like looking at the list of runs I could have used for a Flame Fatale's bonus stream, and I was just like, Sonic Robo Blast 2, I have to talk to Garby. Like, this is such a really good game. I love watching this game being played. I love playing it. And Garby has just displayed a fantastic Tails run. Strongly recommend. If you don't know, this game is a fan game. It is therefore completely free to play. You can go download it like right now. srb2.org, I believe, is where you find it. I will post the link in chat. I hope I got that right. Yeah, that's the right one. Okay. You can download the soundtrack if that's just your jam, or srb2.org has the game. There's also a spin-off of this game that someone else made called Sonic Robo Blast 2 Kart. And that is a kart racing title, so if you're like, oh, I don't really like platformers, but I like Sonic and I like kart racers, go try that. It's also very good. But like, Garby,
Yeah.
what do you do when you are not going fast as the best fox?
Oh, wait a minute. Something.
We are getting invaded by Katamari.
But yeah, I play like a lot of. I really like Super Mario World related stuff and Super Metroid stuff, and just generally obscure video games and things like that mostly.
Yeah, and like, do not fret. There's gonna be one more run after this. We are gonna take a quick break. So just a reminder that if you're watching this on YouTube, feel free to join us over at twitch.tv/gamesdonequick. Check out our live shows. There's plenty of them, and we start most nights at 7 p.m. Eastern. And during the break, you can check out the Sonic Robo Blast 2 website. Maybe give this game a try yourself. There is a tournament for the game coming up, but the Sonic Speedrun community is doing that thing. So if y'all are interested in finding more speedruns of that, check it out. But Garby's not done yet. Garby here, she's got one more run for y'all after the break. It's going to be Katamari Forever. And I'm very happy to be ending the night with that. So we're going to take a quick break and get Katamari ready for y'all. So have a good break, go get hydrated, and come right back for Katamari Forever. Hello everyone, welcome back to episode 18 of Never Before Seen. My name is AmberCyprian. I will be your host for this last game tonight as we bring you one more speedrun of a game that has never before been seen in a mainline GDQ event. As always, if you happen to speedrun a game that has never been run in AGDQ, SGDQ, or GDQx events, and you'd like to submit it to the show, type !NBS into the chat, which I'm going to do right now. And you'll be able to find the link to send me your runs, and I would love to have you. But we are going to be ending our Flame Fatales bonus stream with Katamari Forever. You thought Garby's run of Sonic Robo Blast 2 was good? Well, she's got more to show you. So,
yeah, hell.
Oh yeah, sorry. I was like, go ahead, introduce yourself for those who are coming in, and let's be cozy.
Yeah, hello everyone. I'm Garby the Glitcherous, and we're going to be doing and now I'm going to be showing off Katamari Forever. This is the PS3 Katamari game that was released. I think that's the fourth Katamari console game that was released, and it's kind of a compilation, mostly a compilation of previous Katamari games, but it does have its own story. And right here, I'm going to be starting a file, but time doesn't start yet. I'll let y'all know when time's about to start. So for this run, unfortunately, after you quit out of a level, if you meet the goal, it just puts you in the main menu and it doesn't save. So we have to do this game from a completed save file. So that's what I'll be doing here. So, and you'll see I have like all the cousins and everything. And you also have to complete the game once to unlock drive mode, which is mostly used to go fast in a lot of the levels. And yeah, so that's kind of how this game is. But I guess we can count down if
Whenever
ready.
you are ready.
Yeah, okay, so I can count down then. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And you also see that due to me starting from a completed file, I'll have all the music tracks. So I may kind of try to switch it around so we can hear some of the better ones, although they're all pretty good in my opinion. But so this is kind of the tutorial of where I'm just gonna be rolling like a lot of things to try to get to just try to kind of learn how to do it. Like it shows all the controls, and you'll see here that you can use like a dash and a quick turn and various things. And also, one thing that was added to this game is that you can do like a prince hop. I'm gonna try to. Okay, that was pretty good. So there's two ways you can do the prince hop. You can bounce your controller up to do it, or you can just use the R2. And I usually find the R2 an easier way to do it. But that's the first level. So that's where you can just kind of get to here, get to like this ring. But for most of the later levels, you can. For most later levels, I'll need to quit out of the level because after I hit the goal signs. And so now we're gonna be doing. And I can do these levels in any order I want, but I'm going to be doing this kind of just in order to do the Robo King levels and then the King's levels. The way this game works is that you have to roll Katamari to wake the King up because he fell asleep. And there was also a Robo King built since the King fell asleep, and we're doing his request as well. And so here I just need to get to 20 centimeters, and the broken heart just lets me get roll up objects in a radius toward me for a small amount of time. And so that level is pretty quick because I just need to get to 20 centimeters. And there'll be a lot of levels just from Beautiful Katamari, We Love Katamari, and Katamari Damacy.
Yeah, the game I'm familiar with in this series is Katamari Damacy, and I watched a lot of that being speedrun during Speed Seasons 3. So like seeing levels being completed as quickly as they are in this speedrun is just like, I was like, I thought it couldn't get any faster than it did in Damacy, but nope. It can get much faster in this game, it looks like.
Yeah, this game in particular, you can complete the objectives really quickly because the way drop-up works, it just makes you go really fast around everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just need to get to... I get a lot of diameter from the drinks if I get to 20 centimeters. Loading! Yeah. There's a lot of really amusing things that it says when that's happening, when like you're waiting on it to load, and it's really cool.
I enjoy the loading screen. I also enjoy when you hit certain thresholds and it's like your Katamari is as big as like, 500 of this thing.
Yeah. And there's multiple different routes you can do for that level because there is a broken heart outside you can get but you have to go quite a bit out of your way to get it, so either way is about as fast. And now we're going on to the underwater mission. And this level is in the original game, We Love Katamari, it can be a pretty punishing level because you see the fish hooks. If you hit those, they'll like make your Katamari they'll like pull up your Katamari. And in this it isn't as punishing, but I still do not want that to happen. Okay.
This game is such an adorable aesthetic too.
Oh yeah. And this is also a pretty cycle-based level. like most of the objects here are on cycles, so I'm gonna wanna make sure to start putting these places with me not to get the objects when they're on the cycle. Yeah, the fish hooks can.
There's an octopus that's just hanging on for dear life on the very edge, living life on the edge over here.
Yeah. There's like so many cool silly things with this. Okay, so Megastar 7. This is one of the levels that's in Katamari Dynasty, and one big thing with this is that the time limit in this game, especially in draft mode compared to Katamari Dynasty, is a lot less. In Katamari Dynasty, you got 10 minutes to complete this mission, but here you only get 3, so the limit has been changed quite a bit from that. So, but in draft mode, it can still be pretty tricky because the physics, like, it can be easy just to get bumped around everywhere. And I want to be able to get these. Getting this can be, the team pop balls here can be hard. Okay, I'm just gonna get this right here. I don't usually do this, but it's a little safer just to get that right there. It's not big enough. Oh, I need to get the books that are here. But I would have ideally used that from hard a little more, but that's still okay. I just need to get to about 38 centimeters to roll up some of the things later on in the level. But yeah, this is a heck, but because that does at least mean we get to hear this rock music a little more. That's the cool thing.
Katamari music, more Katamari music is never a bad thing.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. 50 centimeters. And one big difference is that getting these like guardrails that say you have to be 50 centimeters gives a lot of diameter in this game. While it didn't do that in the original Katamari Dynasty, so that does change the route you take for a lot of these levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this game was generally, I don't know if it was like quite as popular as some of the earlier Katamari Dynasties because I guess I don't know if as many Katamari fans got a PS3, so I don't know if this was quite as popular as some of the other Katamari games, but it's still a lot of fun. Yeah, there's a lot going on.
Yeah, there's so much going on, and like when you're playing these casually as well, and I'm speaking from like playing Katamari Damacy, the first game in the series, at the beginning, like you kind of have like no idea what you're doing. You just know you're supposed to roll up things and get big. Like that's about it, and it's just like that's kind of what the game is. But there's just so many moments where it's just like, what in the world is happening? I'm getting bigger, so like I'm not complaining. But what is this like NPC over here doing, or what is this cat doing? Why am I being bullied by animals?
Oh, yeah, definitely. It was definitely a really neat experience when I played the Katamari Damacy at first, and it's definitely like one of my favorite series, I would say. I think the only one I haven't played is the Vita one.
Oh yeah, isn't that, what's that called?
I think it's called Touch My Katamari.
Yeah, it's Touch My Katamari, I think that's right.
Yeah, and I don't know, it's just that I never really ended up getting a Vita, but it would definitely be nice to be able to try sometime.
I have a Vita. I was one of 5 people who bought a Vita.
Yeah, I think I've seen screenshots, and I don't know if it's generally, I haven't seen that much, like, many people talking about it. Okay, so I need to go to Megastar 9. Remembering levels can be a little tricky.
Lonely Rolling Star is so good. Like, if Railcoon were in chat as whale, Yep, I'm going with a whale. Can you roll up a whale, I wonder? I think you can in Katamari Damacy. Like, Lonely Rolling Star is so good. That and, like, it's just a series of songs that tell a story, throughout the rest of the series of the games. So, like, definitely, I'm getting called out for saying as whale. I mean, look, if I called Richard out for the typo in Sonic, Sobek Robo Blast 2, yep. It's okay. I deserve it.
Yeah, I really like Lonely Rolling Star, and I'm also a big fan of this track. It's like a totally different take on the, like a totally different type of song than that one, but I still really like this song. It's kind of like a slower, more melancholy song. But
Yeah, some of
really
these
like
songs seem really, really chill by comparison to, like, Damacy.
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say, I don't know the full lore of, like, the Lonely Rolling Star song series other than it is a love story.
Yeah.
What is the point of this game? Roll things up? I believe, like, so... I know in Katamari Damacy, the point of rolling up a bunch of things on Earth is to turn them into stars and constellations and stuff. Does that still hold true in any way, shape, or form in this game?
Well, so I'm not sure exactly, but what you're generally trying to do is roll stuff up to wake up the king, and you also created a Robo King while the king was asleep, so you need to so the Robo King also wants you to do stuff, and I think it's also to create like constellations and things. I think in the final level, yeah, you create like constellations and things like that as well, but it isn't. I don't know if it's necessarily to fix the broken sky on this one. You're more so just trying to wake the king up and also doing stuff that the Robo King makes you do, because I think the Robo King like has memories of the king making you do that, so he makes you do that as well.
Like, I know that the king that you're trying to wake up in the story of this game is the same king in Katamari Damacy who, like, got really, I'm not kidding you, this is the story. He got really, really drunk and, like, was, you know, he's like this giant, like, being, and he was, like, going through space, and he destroyed all the stars in the night sky, like, in a drunken, like, stupor. And, like, that, he then charges his son, the prince, with fixing his own mistake, and the prince just does it.
Yeah.
Like, it is. Meanwhile, like, the king is just berating you throughout most of it, but you know, like, it is such a strange. This is an experience. My first experience with the Katamari series was like. I was at a friend's house, and like him and his sister were both like, "You've never played Katamari Damacy?" Because like they knew I was into weird games, because I had shown them Lifeline on PS2. That was an experience too. And they're like, "Hold on, we got a copy of Katamari. We're making you play it right now." And it was just like this fever dream of a video game. And they were laughing the whole time. I was just like, "What is happening in this game?" But I like what I'm doing, so, like, I'm gonna keep playing. I have no idea what I'm doing, though.
Oh, yeah, that is definitely, like, this game. Just, like, not knowing what you're doing, but it's, like, a lot of fun still. Oh, wow, I'm here. I don't usually go that much out of my graphics, but it's still a little better to have this much diameter. Okay, yeah.
Oh my goodness, did you just suck everything in?
Yeah, that's what the broken hearts can do that. Yeah, there's like two different types. One sets them up in a really big radius, and one does it in a smaller radius, but you can but it like lasts for about 10 or so seconds. So they both have different uses, but you can't like choose which one it is. Like it'll always be the same in certain levels. And that's all meters, so that pretty well. And I noticed a question in chat, I noticed a question about how much routing goes into these. There's like all the Katamari games like have a lot of routing to pick up the most optimal objects, and like I know that Katamari Damacy Reroll in particular has been optimized like a really big amount, and this one I think it still has like a lot of optimization to do. And also like the Broken Heart. The Broken Heart's like add to like the routing of this. Like it wouldn't surprise me at all if I suddenly found like a faster route due to just like having the Broken Heart at a different place and being able to get objects quickly there. But I'd say there's like pretty much almost limitless amounts of optimization for this game in particular, and also for the other Katamari games as well. There's like so much routing to them.
Yeah, like the routing is actually really, really cool, and it's not like the game is like a glitched speedrun or anything, so like if you ever want to dip your toes into some serious routing and like movement optimization and like trying to like figure things out on the fly when things go wrong, the Katamari series is probably a good place to start if that is like your jam and you enjoy that.
Oh yeah, definitely. I would definitely agree with that. It's definitely cool just doing all that, and I'm really a big fan of routing, which is I think the main reason I picked this game up. In addition to just in general really enjoying this series. And there's also like individual levels, a lot of individual levels that you can do if you don't want to do like a full run. There's like a lot of files available for all these games.
And if y'all are wondering, like, hey, is there a modern entry in the series that I could get my hands on? Well, you could play the remake or the remaster of the first game in the series. It is available on, like, PS4, Switch, and Steam. On Steam, it goes on sale frequently. It's called Katamari Damacy Reroll. So it has, like, 16:9 support, a simple control scheme if, like, you couldn't really cope with the two-stick control scheme. It becomes a little more accessible in that way. Or you could play with the original control scheme, but that does exist and it is available. It usually goes on sale like frequently. There we go. Frequently. It's almost what I said.
Yeah, it definitely goes on sale some, and it's definitely like worth it to purchase it. It's really cool. Like it's also pretty faithful to the original as well.
Yeah. From what I understand in terms of speedrunning, it has some slight physics differences, but like the routing is largely the same, if not almost completely identical.
Yeah, the physics changes I think are like very minor. So if you like play Katamari Damacy, it'll be really familiar. Okay, so these islands can be kind of a little finicky to roll up, but that went okay. And now I just need to get that, and I'm already at 500. This is one where the goal size has actually changed. You can get a kilometer instead of 500 meters, which we did in the original version of this level in Lena Katamari, but that was finished.
The king just flying around. What in the world? Like, I just see him, like, right before you pause to exit, just, like, flying around, vomiting a rainbow. What is this?
I know. Yeah, you can actually roll them up if you continue going in that level, and you need to get about 3,000 or so meters, but for the speed run, I can just do that. Oh, heck, I need to restart. You need to get these peaches, and if you miss them, you kind of have to restart because the routing is a lot more complicated if you don't. Okay, there. That's good enough. luckily, retrying this game was really fast. In Katamari Dynasty, there actually was not any retrying, so if that happened in Katamari Dynasty, you would lose like 40 or so seconds, but having to retry there is not as big a deal. But yeah, this is a remix of... This is, I think, a unique song for this game, Katamari on the Wings. It's definitely really similar to the Katamari on the Rocks from the original game. Or Katamari on the Swing, I think, is what this reference is from the Katamari.
I remember the first time I heard this song was it was at an arcade. And it was, you know, the taiko drum game. I actually don't know the full name of it, but the taiko rhythm game that you can play on Switch, like with the taiko drum. But it started in arcades. There was this song on that available to play, and it was just like so good. And I was like, I love this.
Oh, awesome! Yeah, that's really. Oh right, yeah, that is on that one. The PS2 game. It's really cool that was included. But yeah, this just has so many jams. It's so much fun.
Thank you, Taiko no Taisujin.
Oh, nice.
Yes, it was that. I was like, I know it's Taiko something, and I just could not remember.
So these things, I'm technically going to roll them up, but it's incredibly finicky rolling up with their hitbox, so I'm just going to go this way and get those, because I'm still big enough to roll up the train now. Some of the hitboxes for some of the objects are a little finicky, so sometimes due to that I take different routes. Okay, and now I can get all these. The money level, so some of the levels we skip, and that's one of the levels we skip in this one actually, because you only have to collect like one thing, and then you would have to exit the level and return to the result, and like return to the main menu. There are some
like
levels
the bear stage in Damacy.
Well, the cowbird stage I include because it like lets you go to the results screen after rolling up a bear or cow, so
yeah,
I include that, but not the money one. It's still a really fun stage to play, even though we don't do it in this round. So. Oh wow, I'm not thinking to get those. Okay now. Y'all take be really careful to be quick with some of these things so that I can have a broken heart when I want to have it. So that's one big thing, just making sure you have a broken heart when you have it so that you can get a lot of diameter. I'm a little bit lower on it now, but I think it can still be fine if I just go here and get some. Yeah, there it is a lot of fun. The bear level from Katamari Dynasty isn't in this game, but the cowbear level from Wheel of Katamari is. And we'll be seeing that a little bit later. But this one is from the original Katamari Dynasty.
I'm just like grooving out to the music.
Oh yeah.
I love games with good music because it means I want to speedrun them, but then I also get distracted just jamming out, so I don't play very well.
Oh yeah. Yeah, speedrun games with cool music is definitely a really cool thing with them. Okay, so which level's next? Oh right, this one. This is a level unique to the original, to Katamari Forever, because this utilizes the Prince Hop that was introduced in this game, and you can hop on these ledges, on some ledges coming up, but the main premise of this level is that you need to use the Katamari to water a desert,
Well, that's so cool.
And also the water is running out, so I'll need to go and refill it when it gets slow. If I get to 0%, I won't be able to get into the desert. And like those like circle things, I'm not getting those because they kind of make it hard to get stuff, but I can hop on them and and get up higher. And that's one thing you'll need to do if you want to get like the best possible score on the stage, but for this I just need to get to 800 degrees. 800 degrees, or 800 meters squared in at next level. I know when to stop because of the thing that's on the, like the top left that showed the goal. After I reach that, I can exit. Luckily for the second half, it's a little more clear. And this level, just get ready. This is like really, really fast, and it's really hard to have consistent routes, so there's going to be a lot of motion. It's like not really. Oh, yeah, just needed me there. Okay, yeah, I kind of just try to get things around the track at first because it's hard to really get a consistent route at the first half of this. Luckily now I'm a little bigger second, so I can get a little bit more stuff. Okay, yay. Yeah.
This is some speed, holy buckets.
Yeah, one of the things you can do, you can be on those stairs and getting caught on the stairs makes you go a little slower, and you actually want to do that so you'll be able to control yourself and get all the things there. But I think we're already at 3 meters. Okay.
This level is my brain right now. Just bouncing around at rapid speeds. Gliding with who knows what and just picking up whatever it can.
Yeah, so the way Grappling works is that, like, it's based on this level, and when it's like that level squared, basically, because we're, like, having it again. Okay, can I please get the rocks? There we go. Okay. That's 5 meters, so that's that level. It's definitely really interesting, but I honestly could not imagine, like, just doing it perfectly.
Yeah, that was zooming. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's just so fast. Oh yeah.
It was so cool, but I was just like, wow, this is I didn't know a video game level could be a perfect representation of my brain. Ooh, this is a jam.
Yeah, this level is actually a recreation of one of the DLC levels from Beautiful Katamari for the 360. It's the danger level, and I'll need to get to 3,000 kilometers squared, and when I get to 3 kilometers, I'll change perspective, which lets me like roll up like countries and things, so it'll go a lot quicker after that. But there's just like a lot of dangerous things, like whales on like islands that are like riding on whales.
You can roll up whales. There we go. That justifies my speako. Or taco, or whatever you want to call it. As whale.
Hey, whirlpools are scary, but luckily we can roll them up now that we're 2,000. Now that I'm 2,000 kilometers. But now we're almost at the end of this. I just need to roll these small islands, and that can get me to 1,000 to 3,000 kilometers pretty quickly. Oh. Where do I want to go? Here we go. We're already at 2,400, so should be done pretty soon. Okay, yeah. So now we can exit, and now I'm gonna be heading on to the final Robo King level. So we're pretty close to halfway done with this. The King levels are definitely a little different in style, but this is a level that's unique to Katamari Forever because it utilizes the broken heart mechanic, and you'll notice that I only start with 1 minute. But each time I roll up a broken heart, I'll get another minute added on to my time, so I'm gonna spend a little bit of time getting these so that I can get more things with Broken Heart later. But I just kind of want to focus on getting some of these for now. And now I want to go and get the Broken Heart. I want to be careful about. Oh wow! Please, game. With Drum it can be a little tricky. Like you'll notice I'm already on time. Okay, there we go. Like, I got more time. Luckily, at each Broken Heart, you get an extra minute, so it's not that worrying.
Wait, are you rolling up parts of the Robo King?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're just rolling on the Robo King, and after this level, he'll judge us on how well we did that. Okay, yeah, that one. And so I need to get to 600, and then I'll be able to roll up the.
His face! Oh no!
Roll that. Yeah, I know. But yeah, but hey, Robo King's there. I don't know. I guess maybe that's just a toy Robo King, and we're having us, and like the sentient Robo King is judging us.
Okay, that's what I think it is.
Oh yeah, it was a turtle. But that's the final Robo King level, so now we're gonna move on to the King's levels, and these, for the most part, I'll like actually go to a result screen, so there will be like a lot of menuing through this, and some of these can be pretty short. Because, for instance, in this one, to get 100%, you need to get 1,414 sweets in the gingerbread house, but to beat the level, you only need to get 1 meter and 30 centimeters to roll up Hansel and Gretel, so that's pretty quick.
Well, we zoom in.
Oh yeah.
We are zooming right through this house. Imagine just like, you're just chilling, that you were just the witch chilling in her house, and just some random space tiny like pea-sized prince just comes rolling through with this Katamari just sucking up your house. Like, excuse me, I need these.
Oh really? Oh really? I didn't know that was a plot for that. That's that the Robo King wanted to blow up the cosmos so that we could roll them up. But I don't really remember the plot of this terribly well. I just roll up things quickly. But now we're moving on to the level that's in Wheel of Katamari. I need to roll up all the objects in this kid's room to clean it up. And the Broken Heart helps with making this less tricky than in the original version. But, oh wow, not big enough for that. That's a little unfortunate, but hey, we'll win it. But I missed a few objects, and also the train. When you get the train tracks, it can be a little annoying. Oh wow, this is being because it's hard to roll up some of the things. Like the train tracks that I roll up can cause me to go above, like just totally miss objects. So you have to be careful about that. Oh, and that can also happen. Well, I think the king is going to yell at me because I took a while there, but that's okay. Generally, ideally, for a lot of these levels, the king will compliment you because the goal is to beat it quickly, but here that took a little bit, but that's fine. I think it's because I kind of got that a little bit late, but that's fine. here, I think they took the most inspiration from like Wheel of Katamari, because I think that's generally considered like the most creative game. So they took most of the levels from that. Like, here's the counter mission, which is probably one of the most tricky levels if you're trying to get the best possible score. But in the speedrun, it's really easy because I will just be like getting a bear, and well, I skipped him saying bear, but like, yeah, I can just do that next level. Oh yeah, cousins, they typically add a little bit of extra dialogue, so I'll generally want to avoid getting them. Okay, so the next level that I'm going to be doing is the Fireflies mission. Here, I need to roll up Fireflies to make a bright Katamari so that the student can study, because it's dark where he is, but just to get the best possible score, I just need to get to 1.50 m so I can roll up the student, and it doesn't necessarily have to be bright to be able to progress. The way to get the best possible score is that on the bottom, or the top right, it needs to say dazzling. But for the speedrun, I can just like focus on like just getting things and then rolling up the students. But I'm already pretty close to 150, so I can just kind of get some stuff here, and hey, I'm already big enough. And now just get the students.
I really need to play We Love Katamari. I've heard nothing but good things about it.
It is really awesome. I will say that the physics are quite a bit different from Katamari Damacy. I personally think they're improved, but they're like there's kind of, I think, a little bit, there's not quite as high of a skill ceiling with them, but in general, I feel like they're more fun to play like at first.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And it's probably my favorite game of the, well, I don't know, maybe this is. They're both really wonderful. It definitely has like a lot of unique ideas, and it's where a lot of like the levels in this game come from. I think this uses almost every level in Wheel of Katamari. Maybe not all of them. Okay, yeah, there are some ones that aren't used, but a lot of them are used in this game.
Oh my god. What?
Yeah.
What is happening? That's not a Katamari. It's a sumo wrestler.
Yeah, here I need to roll the sumo wrestler around it to get food, and for the purpose of this mission, I need to get the sumo wrestler to 293 kilograms to roll up the sumo wrestler that's here. The lore for this mission is that the sumo wrestler is sad because he wants to beat a big sumo wrestler, so we're just rolling up food so that he can do that.
Oh, okay, I get it now.
And I want to get this broken heart baby. There we go. Okay, yeah, that's enough. And if I try to hit the sumo wrestler before I'm that size, I'll just get knocked out and I'll fail the mission. So you have to be careful. And if you're also big enough, you'll I think if I get to like 360 kilograms, I can actually roll up the sumo wrestler rather than knocking him out. But for the first speedrun, I just need to do that. And this was one of those I failed a lot at first as well when I played it in Wheel of Katamari, because I didn't know that I had to go to the sumo wrestler, and I just kept rolling up food, and that didn't. And I forgot to, and I didn't think about rolling, like knocking out the sumo wrestler. And okay, yeah, this is what I would say is the hardest level if you're trying to try to do well. This is another one of the DLC levels from Beautiful Katamari. Here you need to roll up, and you have 300,000 yen to roll up objects, and you have to roll up objects up, and each time object roll up, it'll detract how much that object costs. And the goal, if you're trying to get as many points as possible, is to get as many items as you can. And that can be really tricky because there's a lot of things that are placed in such a way that it's easy to accidentally roll up into the expensive objects. But in speedrun, it isn't that hard because I just need to roll up objects until I use all the money. Like, and those gold bars, when you can roll those gold bars, it just really picks up. There we go. And you'll also notice that you don't have a time limit, and that really makes it it's generous, but it also shows that it takes a really long time to complete this mission if you're trying to get the max score. Like you'll see there, I only got 17 points when you can get up to 120. Oh yeah, an entire series remaster would be awesome. I definitely have like a Wheel of Katamari reroll at some point. So.
Yeah, I would love to see a remaster just so I don't have to try to hunt down a PS2 copy of We Love Katamari.
Oh yeah, definitely. And we're on to probably what I would consider one of the more tricky missions. I need to roll up every student in the school, and what makes it hard is that it's easy to just accidentally miss students and have to take a while to find where they are. I'm just kind of rolling around the school, and
this music is absolutely hilarious for what is happening on screen right now.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to roll up an entire school to very unfitting music.
Oh yeah. So I rolled up kind of there. Maybe this will give me. Oh, can I buy more? This is actually going relatively well. Okay, there's only 2 more here. Okay, there. That actually went really well. That mission can be pretty tricky, and I'm really happy if I get. And that was only like 4 seconds away from my PB, so I'm happy with how that one went. Because it's just so easy to just miss units and have to track down a lot toward the end. There's a lot of time doing that. But yeah, that song is also really cool. It's like a remix of the song Where the Dogs Bark in Legal Katamari, and except it's like a school concert. Okay. Oh.
Like, that's what I'm laughing at in chat. When your teacher said, "You'll be a star," I don't think they meant quite so literally. Oh, this is what I saw during the tech check. You were on fire.
Yeah, this level. This is honestly probably one of the harder levels. In the original version of this Wheel of Katamari, it's probably one of the hard levels at first, because if you either do not roll up objects for long enough, or your Katamari falls into water, you'll fail the mission. So, and in drive mode, it's not as hard to roll up objects quickly so that doesn't happen, but the other requirement is still pretty tricky. Okay, there, and I get those. But you have to kind of maneuver carefully to not just accidentally fall in the water. So, but luckily, this level isn't that bad for me now, because I have a pretty consistent route that's fairly safe. Okay, so I need to bounce to the side. There we go. Yeah, routing is pretty important for this level, yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Like if you just like don't roll a card for a while, the cost might burn out. You have to be careful just about a lot of stuff with this in that version. But we're not just roll with guardrails, and one particular tricky thing with this is that any of the living objects, if you bump into them, they'll scurry off because in flames, but you'll still get knocked back even if you are big enough to pick them up. So you have to be really careful about just like animals and humans that you're smaller, that you're bigger than. But that went relatively well. We're getting pretty close to the end of
Yeah, I just realized time's been flying.
Yeah, now this level, if you're trying to get a lot of diameter, it can be pretty tricky because the goal here is to pick up 50 objects as quickly as you can, or get 50 objects with the. If you're trying to get 120 points, you want to do it with as big a diameter as you can, but to just beat level, you can just get that broken heart and just roll 50 objects really quickly. Oh yeah, that's definitely kind of strange. You can just roll it for cousins still, even though most other humans get like just get burnt. And that's that one. So, next one is... Okay, this one is a little interesting because no matter how you do in this level, you'll always get 100 points, and I don't think 120 is possible. And you just need to roll to the middle of the level to the snowball to create a snowman. And I think the king just kind of gives sentiment about that the snowman can be just however you want it to be, and it's fine, so you can just kind of have it however it is. So the only purpose to try to roll it bigger is to get the cousins and the present in that level. So, but other than that, you won't get any more points for doing it. So it's just kind of a chill level. That wasn't intended. Oh, it's on PlayStation now, that's cool. Alright, so this is another pretty tricky mission to not lose on because you need to get to 10,000 degrees Celsius, and rolling up hot stuff will increase your temperature, but rolling up cold stuff or falling in the water will decrease it. And if you get to 0 degrees Celsius, you'll fail the mission, so you want to be careful. And I do not want that broken heart. It's not a big deal to accidentally roll up cold stuff at the beginning because you get stuff a lot more quickly later. Get temperature a lot more quickly later. But I can just kind of take this route, and that's honestly probably the part where it's easiest to accidentally have things happen. If you have a route for this level, it's not that bad, but you still want to be careful, especially since there's like a lot of a move thing. Oh no.
Uh-oh.
That is really bad. That's what can happen with this level though. I'm just gonna get some stuff now. That's what can happen, so that's why this can be tricky. Oh, okay. I think I should be able to just get this, and now give me 10,000. There we go. So for getting that broken heart there, if you're close to the goal, it's fine to get it, but if you're a lot under it, you'll eventually start rolling up cold stuff and get to 0 degrees, so we'll be careful not to roll it up when you're too cold. Oh, 120 points still with that mess up, that's cool. I'm guessing a minute is the very you get for 7 minutes or for 120 points. But that's honestly one of the more tricky levels now. I don't know if there's really many more levels that I have to worry that much about losing. About, like, running out of time. Oh yeah, the OST is so awesome. And now
Music
we're
is
moving on
so
to 3.
good.
Now we're moving on to 3 levels where the objective of these levels is to try to get exactly 20 centimeters without being able to see how big you are. But for the speedrun, I just need to get to 10 centimeters and then exit the mission. And if I'm less than 10 centimeters, the king will just yell at me because it's not even close. But I think now I can. There we go. I have to show the king yelling at me. And also, if you get, I think, to 30 centimeters in that level, you'll fail the mission. So that's also something you need to worry about. And there's going to be 2 more variants of that in this. These are all from Wheel of Katamari. And some of these are like really short, like that one took a little bit, but some later ones don't take that long. I just need to get a few things, and there's like a hidden requirement that you need. Probably you need to get to be able to get that to work, but now I can. And now I just need to get that. Am I big enough? I'm not. No, I am not. So I'm having to yell at me. Okay, now. There need to be at least a meter to be able to exit the level. And I wasn't quite big enough there. I guess we'll talk quite a bit about that in the time he was yelling at me.
The king just looks so comfy in that hammock. I just realized he's laying around in a hammock.
Oh, yeah. And this is a level that's actually really short. Like, the other levels took a little bit, but this one can be completed in some, like, 2 or 3 seconds, because I think you start at, like, 20 meters, and you only need to get to 25 meters to be able to exit the mission. So yeah, I just want to keep these. Okay, that's not big enough. There we go. But this level is just a lot of menu. So of the music that you've heard today, Amber, what do you think your favorite one is?
Honestly, I'm not sure.
Yeah, there's gonna be like a level coming up later where there's I get to choose the music and so yeah, I might go with the Rolling Star one. That's one that I really enjoy, and that we don't really hear a lot of since I get the objective pretty quickly. Not this one, but the level after that. And here's another one that's unique to.
This is wild right here. Holy buckets. It is also rolling things up to unfitting music. The national anthem.
Alright, yeah. Like, both levels that song's in, it's fun to like, things that it's not fitting to. Yeah, but this is a little bit unique to Katamari Forever since we use the prince off quite a bit in this level, and what we need to do is roll up drinks that the king's having. There's some references to earlier levels here, but that one's pretty quick. And I just need to get to 300 rings, and then I can exit. I think the best you can get is about 850 or so. I've gotten pretty close to that before, but it's definitely hard to get all of them. Okay. What did I want to do? Okay, this one. This is probably one of the longest levels. It's about, if I do well, it's about 3 minutes and a half. That's like one of my best times on it. It's about as long as the Make a Move level that I did a while ago. Okay, nah, I should not get that yet. I should probably wait on getting that a little bigger. But this is it'll still be a bit, but time's gonna be after this level, so we're pretty close to the end. It's like I can definitely do any order I want, but I feel like this is kind of the best way to do it. Both for continuing and just for kind of ending on a climactic stage. The train can be rude. Let's just kind of roll up around everywhere, and things will definitely like give off with this. Like, this is the level by far where you grow the biggest. Y'all will see like when we get there later. Oh yeah, that national anthem is one of the remixes. It's just like a big orchestra version of the other one. An orchestra version of the old. Oh yeah, this is so nice. It's like really relaxing. And
It is.
I gotta be honest, as awesome as the other one is, I don't know if I prefer that one or this one. Because they're both like just nice in their own ways. Oh, I thought that'd be a big one. So... Oh yeah, you gotta get to 10,000 kilometers, but it'll pick up. When I get to like 3 kilometers, this one will pick up. This is a lot like the danger mission that I did. That I did earlier.
This is a big jam. I want everyone to get your jam emotes out because this is the last level, right?
Oh yeah. And now I just need to get to 10,000 kilometers.
I want you all to post your most vibin' emotes in chat, everyone, as we head into the night, this wonderful night of speedruns on like one of the chillest songs possible and one of the most ridiculous games. Like, I think the only other game I've had on the show that is probably a little more ridiculous in concept than this is Fight Crab. But this is still a pretty ridiculous game.
That makes me wonder about what that is.
Fight Crab, go watch the VOD from my April Fool's stream. That was my awful silly block set of games. I actually need to get Beast Wars back on the show at some point because it's apparently seen a massive improvement in the route, and that's a really bad PS1 Transformers game, let me tell you. But the run is like gotten absolutely absurd in recent weeks or months.
Oh wow.
But
Nice, I'll definitely need to check that out.
yeah, like for anyone who wants to see any of the previous like episodes of Never Before Seen, or my god, we're picking up countries now. Oh my god. Or maybe you came in, oh my god, we're in space. Holy crap. I haven't seen this before, so it's great. This is wild.
This is pretty awesome, yeah. And now that I'm that, I can just roll that up, and that's time.
Oh, I didn't know it was already time.
Yeah, I forgot it was time for a couple of seconds. Yeah, it just kind of comes pretty suddenly. Sorry about that. Like, I
No,
forgot that
you're
it was gonna
okay.
come there.
That looks like that was a that was sub-hour, I think. Yeah, that was a 59:57. Holy buckets.
Let's go.
GG's. I was not ready for that. It's like, by the way, that's time.
Yeah.
So I was just vibing and laughing at like the absolute absurdity that was that level, like once you started rolling up countries.
Yeah, that is like really, really neat and awesome. There's just so much with that, and this is definitely a really amazing game, and I'm definitely glad I got to show it off.
I'm so glad I asked you to show it off. Like, I saw the like that game in the list as well, and I was like, SRB2 and a Katamari game? Heck yeah, sign me up. And like, I was just so glad. I reached out to you, and you were like, I don't know if I'm available. Let me get back to you in like a week. And then you got back to me and it was like, yeah, I can do the show. I was like, yes! Like, I was so glad to have both you and Karaoke on, like, for this, and especially as the Flame Fatale's bonus stream. Like, I couldn't have picked a better set of games, I think. Like, we started out really cute and chill, went to really, really awesome with SRB2, to really absurd and also very chill and cozy with Katamari. Like, I loved this.
Aww. Yeah, I'm really glad I got to show this off for your show. It's like your show is definitely a really cool one, like just showing off games that haven't been seen, and I'm definitely glad I got to do this for your show.
Yeah, and like, just a reminder to folks, if you want to submit to the show, you can. There is the link for that for right there in chat, as well as like it explains what the concept of the show is. But Garby, where can people find you? I'm gonna go ahead and spam your link a couple of times.
Yeah, I stream like occasionally, like honestly it's a little sporadic these days, but I try to stream sometimes in the mornings and just kind of play like Mario World and Metroid related things, and also just a lot of other obscure games, and I like focusing on games with like unique movement options and stuff such as this. Yeah, but yeah, this was a lot of fun.
Yeah, like I had so much fun this episode, just like the conversations with Karaoke and all the Harvest Moon Story of Seasons fans in chat, and then I gush over SRB2. I love that game so much, and then this was just an experience to watch this game. Just, oh my goodness. For any of you who have missed out on any of the Flame Fatales runs, or like, which is the bonus stream, this is a bonus stream for, or if maybe you missed all of the runs tonight, like you're just coming in, don't worry, there are VODs, but you can also go to YouTube. This episode will probably be up in a day or two if you want to just watch the whole thing from start to finish. We get those up pretty quickly. But we also have another show tomorrow night starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, the first step with J Hobbs and Kizaron. They're going to be doing Halo. They were both tweeting about it recently, so I don't know if this one's a co-op campaign that like they're doing. It is a co-op campaign is what I'm being told. So that's going to be a very interesting episode of the first step. Like, instead of working against each other or like racing each other, they're going to be working together to speed run the game, having barely played it. Like, they've played the game through once, but like they haven't done any sort of routing or anything like that. It is like the first step into speed running. It's a great show. You should watch it 7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. But I want to thank you again for being on the show, Garby, and I want to thank everyone for coming out and watching tonight. We are going to take a quick break while we send you all over to another wonderful speedrunner. So send all this positive vibes, positive energy over to our runner of choice and show them a real GDQ raid. Anyways, That's going to be it for me. I'll catch y'all in 2 weeks. We're going to have Final Fantasy 15 with Kyo's Little Monster. He's coming back on the show, having done Ghost in the Shell before for me. And I'm really looking forward to that. It's going to be a very chill episode, too. Kyo loves talking about food. So if you want to come in for the food conversation and the awesome Final Fantasy gameplay, I'll see y'all in 2 weeks. Take it easy, y'all. Have a great rest of your night.
Yeah, see everyone.